Welcome to this week's one shot and non-petty squabbles D&D. We were going to be missing two players, and then one was able to come back. But since we already had some other things go, or some other players joining us, I want to do this. Plus, I put a lot of work into it. But today we are going to be doing a Monster Hunter world type game. It's a bit different than normal. The weapons are different. The creatures are all made by me, so hopefully they aren't too strong. As far as I can tell, they're balanced. But if you all die, I blame Finnegan. It makes perfect sense. I have the webcams messed up-ish. No, okay, just no one's moving, like, at all anywhere. So a quick version of what we're going to be doing for all of you is you are a high-level party. You are part of, let me put this up here. You guys are a member of the 5th Fleet. You're A-list hunters. You're like top tier hunters. But you got missions that many won't go on, or even go near due to the dangers they pose. Typically, they most of the time mean death. But the rewards you get and the materials you get from these creatures can far outweigh those dangers. In this case, it's one such case. You are hired to hunt a Teostra, which was hired by it's a man named Thori Flinwhirl. It's located in the desert. The town is willing to pay you 18,000 gold to take care of this, split between you all. A little backstory on it is for this man, for Thori, is that when he was a child, this same Teostra attacked his town. And now it's returned about 16 years later. And just to rain destruction, just cause more havoc. So he's requesting that you kill it, put an end to this creature, and save his town, or at least what's left of it. So, I think we kind of fade in on you guys. Well, actually, yeah, fade in on you guys. You are in the desert already. You've already kind of prepared. So I'm drawing a blank here now for a second. You are on a ship. Let me switch you over to a different screen. And let's show you what this ship looks like. There. You guys didn't move over. Did you guys not move over? Because I don't see.
I see a ship.
I see the tokens, yep.
Oh, I know why. I didn't rejoin as a player for the stream, and I didn't see my stream one switch over, so I was confused. So you're all at the top. You're stuck there. Haha.
Okay.
Finnegan's the other one. There we go.
Whose ship is it?
So this would be like your guild ship.
Okay.
So it doesn't belong to any of you. It's just one of those things that you use to travel out to the farther reaches within this world. So your would be what would be considered like the wild wastes. There are small little villages here. There's a couple towns and whatnot. In this case, you're going to a town known as Broken Shield. And we kind of zoom in on you. This is what's known as a dragon ship. Typically, it's a little bit more beefy than what you're looking at here. It has a few different cannons on the sides of it for any kind of creatures that come nearby. It has some. It has what's known as a dragonator, which would be like the front point, which is a large, like almost like a harpoon that doesn't launch out, but just like extends outwards and spins like a drill that would like pierce into any like large creature's tough hide. But you're traveling kind of skittering through the sand as you travel. As we zoom in and we see Thori Flinwhirl, and we see in addition to him we see a person next to him, and her name she's your handler. She is a young half elf. Goes by Amellwind, Miss Glade. She's kind of the person who has the knowledge and does the research and checks stuff like that to prepare you for it. And they come kind of walking up and out from under deck to the group as you're all maybe like looking out. So let's go ahead and go through each character. You guys can describe your character a little bit, give a little detail on them and what you are, what weapon you use and such. So let's go ahead and start with you, Finnegan.
So my character is a white-haired half-elf male. Um, I use a gun lance and shield, basically sword and board with a cooler looking sword and board.
Slightly, yeah.
Just dresses in a fancy blackened robe that has saved his properties of it have saved his life more than once. So it's very hard to let go, even when it's a bit tattered sometimes. Gotta get the tailor to fix it up a bit. And that's basically me.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and go with Ulrich. Give us a little description of your character and whatnot.
I'm a dwarf barbarian. Apparently, that's a thing.
It is.
When I think of barbarian, you think of 6 feet tall, not.
Nah. You're stocky, bulky, and you would just have a temper when someone calls you short.
Oh, so temper. I have 2 weapons. I have a sword.
Literally the
and
full metal
an
alchemist dwarf.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead and continue with your character a little bit.
All right, so I have really long hair and a big bushy beard. I also, my flaws are I follow orders without
What question?
question. My family's everything to me. No one can ever take away who you are. And then you always watch your back, and I wolfed on my food. I just don't even. I'll talk with my mouth. Well, I'm super rude. Super rude and dumb.
The standard barbarian. Okay. So next, let's go ahead and go with Manar the Blessed.
All right. So, Manor the Blessed is a dragonkin, all white armor, grayscale. Looks like your typical cleric. Wields right now sheath a sword and has a shield on his back. His shield is covered with a very thick chain that kind of wraps around it left and right, and that's his focus where he actually channels his magics from. And he usually you would see like a cleric like this, you're like, oh, typical cleric, but he's very cynical. And whenever there is a question about healing, it's always, well, you're gonna die anyway, so should I really heal you? Is there a good reason for it? So it's always kind of a little difficult to get that healing from him, but usually he's on point for these things, hopefully today.
Okay. Yeah, especially in such a dangerous mission you're on. Okay, so the last person, Elliot, I don't want to butcher your character's name, so I'm not sure how to say it, and I don't want you to yell at me. So, what is your character's name? And can you give us a quick little description? I know your voice is a little messed up, so I'm not gonna, just a quick little brief.
Oh God. Okay. So her name is Savia, and she's like brown skin, dark brown hair, and like has the hunting horn on her back, and she's like has feather accents, and she's very tribal.
Okay. Like, is she maybe from the desert? Or is she from, like, the jungle more area?
Probably the jungle.
Awesome. I like it. Okay, so we kind of have a wide variety of backgrounds. As Thori and Amellwind start walking up towards the group. I think the first thing you see is, like, Thori comes walking up to you and goes, I'd like to thank you for your assistance in this matter. I know it's not safe, but if you didn't come, I don't know who would. Are you all prepared? And actually, with that, I kind of forgot to mention I forgot to mention you guys prior to this, but you guys have the option if you want to buy, like, have any potions prepared. You each have like 5,000 or so gold. So if there's any kind of potions you wanted or anything like that, you are more than welcome to purchase some. There will also there's potentially a chance to buy it further on, but you never really know. But like if you wanted any like potions of greater healing or normal potions or any kind of resistance potions or anything unique, you are more than welcome to buy them. You can get basically any potion. They're all available in this sense, the one shot. If you want to buy a potion that's in the player's handbook, you're more than welcome to. So So if you want some time to think about that, you're more than welcome as we kind of go through this and just like let me know. Like I purchased these, at least prior to us getting to the village.
Will do.
Cool. So, but he kind of looks and goes, "Are you all prepared? We should probably be reaching Broken Shield about 2-3 hours or so." The quiet, silent type. I like it.
The sooner the better.
Interrupting me. Yep.
Let's get to it.
What?
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 So what did you say, Finnegan? Because I actually missed what you were saying.
I said we're probably about as ready as we're gonna be.
Excellent. Well, thank you once again. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go back down and check on a few things and anything else.
Yes. As you go down, can you verify if you can make this thing goes faster? I mean, we can just get there faster and just be done with it faster.
I mean, this is your ship. I mean, this is your guild. So if you can go fast, I'm sure you would know better than me.
I look around at my teammates. I'm not sure I'm familiar with this kind of boat, so I'm looking at them and I'm like, do you guys think this can go faster?
I just look at him, shrug my shoulders, wave, and turn and look up the wasteland land.
All right.
All right, then we'll take our time, I guess.
Yeah. I think Elwin speaks up and goes, "This is about as fast as it goes. And I think it'd be safer that way. That way we can keep an eye on anything that might, come nearby and be prepared for. I probably don't need to remind any of you, but the Barth right now are in rut. Encountering any of them could be potentially dangerous. And what you're going to fight. I don't remember how much. Have any of you ever fought one before?
Have we?
It's up to you guys in this case. Like, if you did, how did it go? You probably know a little bit about it. If so, stuff like that. If not, she might fill you in. Yeah, if you want to do like a history roll, see how much, if you guys are like, how much you know if you fought one. Let's go with a history roll. If you guys all want to give one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Ulrich. Yeah, you know that it's big, and that it dies when you smash it with your weapon. Finnegan, you probably know. You probably fought one, and it didn't go super well. I don't think anybody else has fought one, based off that. But you've at least fought one, Finnegan. You probably lost a member in a previous group, to that. Holleric's rolling the well now. You know that they are a fire like elemental based creature, and that they at points during the fight you just saw explosions appear all across the sand, or at least in this case probably for you it was in a volcano. You got beat up, you weren't able to defeat it, and you got away with your life. So I think that's kind of what she does that, and she kind of gives for everybody else. She kind of gives like the textbook thing that you might have read at some point in time. She just looks and goes, "The Teostra is a dragon with lionel features as fiery coloration, a large mane with large fangs, and a pair of horns that curve backwards. Its wings are covered in fur. It is the male counterpart to a Lunestra, and I don't need to remind any of you if you ever see them together, run." It's a very aggressive monster. It will show dominance to anything that it encounters. Unlike the Lunestra, who gives warnings to get out of its territory, as soon as you see this beast, it will not let you go until you die. So when you see it, be prepared to fight. Because there's no going back at that point. So, any questions?
No, absolutely not.
Excellent.
Is there anything
How
to
much
eat?
is a
How much is what?
superior healing potion?
Give me half a second. I actually have a sane magical item prices PDF that I was going to pull up, but I got distracted by, saying stuff to you guys. Let's see here. It should be in, I think it's in magic items. Sane. Here you go. So you said a superior potion? Superior. Potion of superior healing is 450 gold.
Okay.
Like I said, you each have about 5,000 or so? Or you each have like 5,000. So if you wish to buy anything, if you want 3, cool. You can buy 3 of those. There's also every other potion known to man. If you want it, you can always just like searching through potions or something like that.
Greater was about like 150. or
Greater is
something.
150. And a normal potion is 50. You can't have like an exuberant amount. You can't have like 10 total, but like 3 to 5 is a solid number.
I'll have 5 greater healing potions.
All right, so 150 for each greater healing potion then. Any resistance potions and stuff like that, you guys are more than welcome to take, or not take, but buy and
5
purchase.
resistance potions, and we get,
You're actually resistant to everything when you rage. So as long as you're in rage, besides psychic damage, you don't even need resistance, but you're like the one person who doesn't need them.
I got a few spells that helps with resistance and poison resistance and elemental resistance if need be. So
Okay.
doesn't mean you shouldn't get potions. I mean, by all means, please. But in a pinch, I can actually help with that.
All right, we gotta get some music going in this too. I'm gonna turn this down because it's gonna blow everybody's ears out because I didn't adjust the music when I got these. So we've got some background music going on now.
Alright, how much would a potion of fire resistance be?
Sure. A potion of fire resist. I just lost my. There it is. Fire resistance. There we go. Potion of resistance is 300 gold.
Alright, I'm just gonna grab one.
It's so loud. There. Okay. Anybody else want anything they can think of? I mean, if not, you're searching through, like I said, before town. Just ask me a price, and I will give you the price, and you can purchase it. So, yeah, she kind of looks and goes, "Any questions?"
Is there any food?
Yeah, you each have. I mean, realistically, I'm not going to keep track of rations in this case. You each have. You've all come prepared with enough rations for this adventure, travel time, and all that type of stuff. So it's not something we really need to concern ourselves with. But I think if you're asking her, she goes, "Yes, there's food down below. You're more than welcome to partake in any."
I don't even stay to finish her talking. I actively just walk
You start
away.
walking away. All right. Does anybody else say anything as that happens, or no?
Just
All right.
sit down and relax for the next 2 hours. Bored
Okay.
out of my mind.
So like, yeah, you're getting ready to sit down. Ulrich is starting to walk towards the back of the boat, and that's when I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw as the ship literally starts rising into the air. And you look on both sides as these 2 massive tusks have risen out from under the sand, and they're just starting to like pull the sand, starting to like fall down below. So I have double music going on. That's what's causing. There.
Damn, Sevia.
Okay, Sevi on top of it on that one. Okay, so Manar and Sevia, you both succeed. As both Finnegan and Alaric, you're not paying attention. You just start like to tumble forward, and you roll off the side of the boat. You slam into this creature. You take 2d6 fall damage, which is bludgeoning. So you take 5, and Finnegan, same thing. Where you're at, you kind of like stumble for a split second, and then you just flip backwards over the side of the rail, taking 9 damage as you fall 20 feet and slam into the sand and roll. You both kind of get a quick glimpse of this massive hulking beast. You would all know it as, it's a Gen Moran. It's an extremely large monster with a large, almost serpentine-like body. It's risen out from the ground. You see it, the dragon ship being raised into the air, mouth open, like it was going to eat it, and then looks and sees what it is, and you just watch it start to like fall back down into the sand as the dragon ship just like falls weightless with nothing holding it up, slamming down about another 15-20 feet from where you guys just hit. Those who are on the ship as it starts to fall. I need you to give me a strength saving throw to hold on to the side as it smashes into the ground. Okay, nice.
Ready for the lift, not ready for the landing.
Yeah. So you catch your balance, but then it starts to fall, and you go to reach, and your hands like you're just out of reach. You're in the middle of the deck, nowhere to go. As you start falling, and like you watch as yourself raises off the deck, it slams in the ground into a group of rocks. As you then face plant, both of you onto the deck itself. You both take a little bit less because you weren't falling, so you only take a 10-foot fall. So you both take 2 damage as you slam into the ground. Okay, yeah. So you all kind of brush yourselves off. You watch as the general ran. You just see kind of the tail end swoop down back under the desert and just like disappear. There's no like quaking ground, nothing like that. It just vanishes.
So is the boat stop at this point?
Yeah, you kind of look at like you're getting ready to check the boat, and you're like, okay, it's not too bad. As you watch, you just start hearing the creaking and the groan, just as the mast just collapses down into the front of the dragon ship, and Amellwind just kind of looks around like, damn it. Okay, she like, I guess we'll work on this. I guess the talent is probably like 4 hours by foot. You probably should all get going there. The longer you take, the closer the Teostra is gonna get. Me and Thori will look at this and see if we can get it fixed.
Do we get to do any history check to see if we already encounter this kind of creature to know if it's going to come back or if it's?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a history check. Let's see what you know. I would even say religion potentially if you really wanted to.
Yeah, the priest is no religion.
I'd say either one was fine. So, I mean, you know of the creature. It is one of the larger ones in the world. But it's not typically one. More than likely, your guess is that it thought it could sense the boat on it and thought it was a different, like an actual like animal to feed on. And in this case, it was a wooden boat. So it lost interest as soon as interest as soon as it was gone. And it's not typically something. It wouldn't hunt something like you. You're too small a prey for it to even really notice. It was like a large marching like group across the desert, probably, but 4 or 5 of you, not really a big deal.
All right, so I get back up from my face planting, and I pick up my shield, strap it to the back of my back, get up, deep breath, and I guess we better get walking, guys. Else, I guess we're stuck here.
Okay. Yeah, and Savia, you can go ahead and make a perception check to like look around and see if you see any more like sand movement around. So you look around, near the ship, you don't notice anything. It's pretty calm. I mean, there's still like, you see the little like wind just like blow through, but the desert itself is not, there's no signs of like something under it, like digging around and searching or coming towards you. So, yeah, Amellwind looks at you and goes, I wish you good luck, and just be safe. So, I need a marching order. Who's first, second, third, fourth?
I'm actually going to grab, like, a handful of rope wherever, if it's on the deck of the ship,
Okay.
and just, like, wrap it around my shoulders, just, like, have it there.
Sure. Yeah, you're able to find a 50-foot of rope somewhere, like, down below in the stores. I mean, some of them are probably strewn about now at this point. But, so, okay, who's first, second, third, and fourth?
I can be first.
Second, and
I'll go second.
fine. Third.
And the smart man
What
taking
am
up the back.
I used one of my invocations, and I'm just levitating.
Okay.
That's their fault, not mine.
How long does the levitation last for, what, an hour? Or-
Yeah, I would just keep casting it. It's free.
Oh, it's free just to keep using? Okay. So you're constantly, like,
Casting it
levitating.
at will.
Okay, so when you levitate, you technically can't walk. So Ulrich is like just has his
Push
hand.
yourself.
No, I mean unless you have like a stick that you're like this. If not, Ulrich is just like pushing you forward with his hand the entire way.
Literally holding the person in front of me.
Yeah.
Like,
Just take the rope and I'll pull you.
So yeah, I mean it's very easy to do. You just kind of scoot along. You can be like pushed, and you'll go a certain distance, and then you'll eventually slow down and stop.
I like this.
But yeah, so you can't actually like just walk and move yourself.
I'm
so-
just kicking myself off the sand.
Okay, I like it. All right. So it's Manar, then it's Savia, and then it's Finnegan and Ulrich is the order. Okay. So you guys continue to travel, heading towards the east. You're coming from the west. You know the direction you're going. It's not like you're lost. This is places you've traveled before plenty of times. The sand or the dunes themselves, this is more, I think, Sahara than it is like California or Nevada desert. As we're traveling through, there's like sandy dunes that you're traveling through, very sparse wildlife all around as you travel around. There are points here and there that you see that have like slight lush or dead and dying brush, and the occasional rocky outcrop. But you continue to travel for a bit. When I need Manar, can you give me a survival check?
Sure can.
Me. I can.
But he's the front runner.
Ah,
So that's the reason why. So oh wait, so yeah, Manar, so you're kind of looking around as you kind of just traveling, kind of keeping an eye on things, and I think you probably pass over a few things without noticing. So go ahead and give me a survival check and let's see how you do. As you're the second in line. Okay. So, yeah, both of you just kind of just continue to walk. Nothing of note really in the area. I don't think Ulrich is really going to be paying attention, and Finnegan, I think you're probably more concentrated on, keeping your direction proper, or grabbing onto the rope and adjusting yourself, or you're kind of goofing off a little bit. So I'm not going to have you guys do it. But you continue just to kind of travel through the area with nothing of note around, or nothing that you really, no big wildlife tracks, nothing like that you've seen. Eventually, about another half hour or so later, you come to a small, you see a small ravine ahead. In this ravine, there is a bridge. At one point that you see that you're starting to kind of walk towards. It seems like almost like a smallish trail that you can kind of see in the sands, but it's not like it wasn't like man-made or anything like that. And then as you guys are starting to get close to it, I need everybody to give me a perception check. We're doing a group perception check. 20.
Ugh.
Okay. So we have 2 fails and 1 success. I need 1 from Ulrich.
Hold on, I don't have a mouse on this thing.
Okay. So 220,
Yeah.
2 successes. Okay.
One in it.
Okay, do I actually
Oh
have...
my god.
Okay. So yeah, as you're start
The food spills from my mouth.
yes. So you I think you all hear it. It just depends on how close they get. As you are coming close to this, I'm going to show you the map here. And you just hear this, I'll show you the map in a second. You hear this just a massive, loud, group of roars in the background. Just roaring as you turn and look and you see those Baros that Ellen warned you about. you're in their territory. You kind of like look around at this point where you see, and this is like Manar, and actually I think this is when Finnegan and Alaric kind of notice. You see like mud rubbings on the rocks and some slight scrapes along them also, kind of as symbols of this being their territory. And let's shift you over, and I'll move you guys to where you're at, compared to the bridge and to the Barros, as a herd of them come charging towards you. Boop. I can't boop because I can't. There we go. And you're right here. You're on this side of it. Let's zoom us on out. So you guys are, they're 100 feet away from you when you see them. So you are roughly right here or so. Let's adjust your marching order really fast. So you guys are kind of in like your grouping. Boom, 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 boom. So this is kind of what we see as you're walking towards it. And these 4 large creatures, they have a large forehead that at least maybe some of you would know that's where their nose actually sits on top, so they can wallow in mud and still breathe, or hide under the sand to cool off and not lose air. And they come just charging towards you as a group. So let's go ahead and switch the music up.
How tall are they?
They are somewhere about 10 or so feet tall. They range and vary, but it's probably between 8 and
Do I have an action before combat starts or something?
no, not with
To this?
no. In this case, it'd be an initiative roll. As they roar, you turn, you see them. They're a little bit farther away than they could have been, but it's kind of we go from here. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Oh, I didn't have a token clicked. So they have a 12. Okay. Let's go ahead and see who goes first. All right. Oh, I don't have any of my little special stuff set. I thought my scripts would come with this one. Oh, well. So, Ulrich, you are up first, sir. Finnegan, remember, you have advantage on initiative rolls. There is an option within the character sheet that you can actually.
I changed that.
Oh, then it might probably just roll it automatically then, because it's the same thing with Ulrich. It just shows it.
Yeah, it did. I got a 13.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, Ulrich, you are up first. What do you do?
I bury underneath the ground.
You bury. Okay. So you burrow. So how far do you burrow down underneath the ground?
About like 10 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you burrow straight down 10 feet, and then what do you do?
I wait.
All right, so you're sitting there, you're waiting, as your turn ends. Finnegan, you are up.
I'm gonna levitate 20 feet.
Okay, so someone's gonna have to push you if you're levitating. Which I will let happen. In this case, I would let.
As I'm digging down, I jump up in the air and I punch him. He goes in the air as I shoot down the 10 feet.
It says that I can raise myself vertically.
Oh, raise. Okay, yeah, you're right. You can go up 20 feet. You're fine.
Yeah.
I thought you were like moving like left or right.
No.
Yeah, you can go up. So you raise yourself 20 feet into the air, outside of their reach. I like it.
I can still cast, can't I?
Yeah, because you've had your levitate active. I believe you concentrate on the levitate. So the only thing is, if you use another concentration spell, you would lose your levitate.
I'd just be using Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna hit the one in front. That's here.
Okay.
27.
27 hits without an issue. I'm gonna actually roll their HP really fast. There we go. For 17. So yeah, what does it look like when you use your Eldritch Blast? Like, we've never seen it before for your character.
My sword basically, or the shit. I keep forgetting the what is it? The lance. God.
Yeah.
The gun lance basically just glows white,
Okay.
and I like push it through my hand,
Okay.
and then just force it out the other hand.
Okay.
So I pretty much push the gun through my hand. It phases through, and then just push it through,
Interesting.
and it fires.
Okay. So yeah, it fires, it blasts, it hits it. You watch as a chunk of mud it had on it just gets blown off. Yeah.
As a bonus action, I'm not gonna hex it.
Okay.
I don't think it'd be worth hexing it. I don't even think that fucking hex thing is worth.
Hex can be good.
No. Invocations. I was like trying to decide which ones, and I was tossing up between one that was like, you curse this thing, and your bonus action you can fucking do like 5 extra damage to it.
Okay.
Which is kind of useless. Or I was gonna go with an Eldritch incantation, so I could just push him 10 feet back whenever I hit someone with it.
Gotcha.
But I haven't got that one, so I'll just stick with the one that I chose. But yeah, they were kind of like both shitty.
Okay. So is that your turn then?
Yeah, it's my turn.
All right. Savia, it's your turn. The name's the Olem because of how it when I saved the token. My bad.
It's super weird. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Nahidrio, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move there
Okay.
and then hold my action to attack if they reach 30 feet within 30 feet of
Within
me.
30 feet of you. Okay. Perfect. All right. It is now their turn, and yeah, you're watching them. They're kind of like zigzagging between, and they as they get closer to you, they line up in the same position. They lower their heads down, and they start just kicking up dirt. So let's see. They can travel to here, which I believe puts them within 30 feet of you. No, they're just outside of range, but I'm going to have them charge forward because that's what they would do with a dash action. So they charge forward here. This one will be down here a bit. And this one would be here. Okay. So they charge forward. As they come into your range, you get your shot before they get close to you. So go ahead and make your attack. Okay, so Syrian Sunburst. It's radiant
sorry.
damage.
It's those two.
Those two. Okay. So you strike with the first one, and yeah, it hits the one in front of you, directly in front of you for 14 radiant damage. Very nice. Yeah, and you watch as a chunk of its actually no, its mud covered body still stays, like none of it comes off as it continues to charge forward. The other shot, it reflects and bounces off of its armor. Okay. It is then
Could I
Manor.
accept that I did patient defense as my bonus action?
Yes,
Then okay.
since you're learning the character, that's perfectly fine. So you have the dodge action then, correct? That's what patient defense does?
I think so.
Okay. Manar, you are up, sir. What do you do?
So Manor just is failing his survival check, starting to realize what other people are pointing out. Then eventually hears a scream behind him, turns around. There's one guy that flew into the wind. The other guy just burrowed. So he turns around and he sees no one and just a bunch of monsters. So he kind of panics a little bit for a second, then starts running towards the melee and try to make the best of it.
Okay, I like it.
So I believe here. I believe that was 15 feet. Yeah, okay. And at that point, I'm going to be casting a spiritual weapon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So you summon it. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
My spiritual weapon looks like I would say a double-sided spear.
Okay.
and that tends to kind of whirl around and hack and slash at enemies.
Okay, I'm trying to find the. This is close enough.
Yep, sure. I'll take it.
So it's you can spawn it within 60 feet of you, correct?
Yep. So I'm going to be putting it directly right by my highlight.
Here, I'm gonna give you. Let me give you control of it. You should be able to move it now.
Excellent. I'm going to be moving it over here.
Okay, I'm gonna put a marker on it too because it's kind of hard to see-ish. There we go. Alright, so you move it, you have it spawns there, and you can immediately make an attack with it, which I'm going to assume is that first roll we just did, which is just enough to hit it if you want to go ahead and click and see that damage roll.
That is a
5.
2 spell.
Okay.
A massive 5, you mean?
An incredible amount. Alright, so you hit it, it slices through at its legs, a tiny little bit of mud flies off of it, and you see like the scrape mark along its leg, and it cries out in a slight pain. Like an itch. Okay, is that your turn?
Yes, it is. All done.
Okay. Ulrich, you are underground 10 feet. What do you do?
I could dig forward, right?
You can dig forward, yeah, and like dig forward and up. So you can move 15 feet underground.
Alright, I think that's about right there, yeah.
Yeah, you can get right up next to that one. He's like, you dig out and just you would have advantage on an attack since you're underground. They don't see you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
So you burrow out. Do you know? Do you have your weapon? Is it's like axe form or is like sword and shield form?
It's an axe form.
All right, yeah. So you pop out of the ground like just leaping out and just swing down on it. Go ahead and yeah, you swing down. And you just crush into it. Go ahead and click on the actual text for Charge Blade. Right below the roll. So where it's 22, click on Charge Blade. In the actual roll, like it's in the not on your character sheet, but actually on like the roll section.
Oh, okay.
Boom! Oh shit! Okay, so yeah, you jump out and you just slash, and you just watch this massive gouge go through like where its nose and face are, cutting across it. It just like kind of like tumbles to the ground, like rolls around, and all the mud falls off of it. As it takes 27 damage.
Nice.
That's why I was in the ground.
Okay. Do you do anything else with your turn? Do you go into a rage as a bonus action?
Yeah, I go into rage as a bonus action.
Okay. So you rage, and that's when you get that's when we count because you actually do more damage when you rage too. You do like 3 more damage,
yeah.
Which is part of that. Okay. So it is now Finnegan's turn.
Alright, I'm just gonna do the same again. No, down in W, this one. 16
Okay.
misses.
Oh, which one are you targeting?
The same one, or this one. Pretty sure that's the one I hit last time.
Yeah, the one right in front of Ulrich, right? Because I didn't see the ping. Okay, yeah. So that one actually you do hit. So it takes 14 force damage. All right, yeah. So it itself is like you blast and you just take out a chunk of its head. So it looks in pain and it's starting to blood starting to ooze down into its eyes. It's struggling to keep its heavy head up at this point. It's got tiny little arms.
As a bonus action, I'm just gonna chug one of my shitty potions that I bought just because fucking that small amount of health that I lost is
Okay.
annoying me.
Nice, good roll.
And that's perfect. Back to normal.
Okay. Sevilla. I'm just worried I say it wrong every single time. I'm not.
It's
Is it
really
the
bad.
or the AKA?
Savia, isn't there?
Savia.
It's
Savia.
Savia, yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna get it wrong a bunch of times until I get like, yelled at enough. That's how it works. It's your turn.
I want to climb the one that's in front of me.
Okay, you want to try to climb up on it? Give me an athletics check. Just a simple like DC 10.
Aaron.
That's climbing is athletics. All right, so yeah, you go to climb up it, and it just kind of like shakes you off. You fall to the ground. You're knocked prone. You don't take any damage, but you have to take half your movement to get back up.
That was my action, wasn't it?
No, that's just part of movement in that case.
Okay. Well, then I'll blast it again.
Okay. A 16 on this one. You didn't. Okay, yeah. So the 16 of the first one, it hits and it ricochets off once again. And the second one, you blast into it, dealing 14 damage as it hits her directly in the chest. Okay, it cries out a little bit of pain, just as it looks at you. And it's, you do anything else with your turn? Any other actions, your bonus actions, stuff like that?
Where is the spiritual weapon?
It's right to your left. It's kind of like grayish looking. One to your left.
I'll change the
Color?
background, but it's right there. Yeah.
But the weapons don't have attack opportunities or anything like that. They're not technically a creature.
There should be highlighted better.
I don't see it.
It's literally to your left.
I'll just move up just to like
Okay.
distract them.
Okay. And anything with your bonus action, stuff like that?
I guess I'll patient defense.
Okay. It's now their turns as you take the dodge action with your key. Let's zoom on in now that they're closer to the group. Okay. So, two of them are going to, actually, I guess technically this one, let's see, what are their abilities here? Frost aren't really super special. Okay. So the one comes charging forward. That's a little bit away from you. They're going to make each one is going to make a headbutt attack as they slam their heads down you, and then they're going to, like, as they turn, they stomp their feet. So headbutt attacks, do 3 of them first, just because it'll be easier that way. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 stomps. 1, 2, 3. So it's a 17, which I believe misses you by 1.
Yeah, they all miss. Actually.
They all miss. Yes. So yeah, they do that. You're just like, kind of like. What's it look like as you like dodge all these massive beasts?
I would say it's like very graceful and like almost like a ballet, basically.
I like it. Okay. The other ones come charging to Ulrich. Comes charging through, and the same thing. They make 2 stomp attacks and 2 headbutt attacks. They kind of charge at you with their heads down for the headbutt. A 9, a 17. And then 2 stomps.
I get a plus AC with my axe.
Oh no, you get a plus AC when you have your sword and shield out. So with the axe, you do not. You got to switch them as a bonus action. Is all.
Take that. So I take the.
You take the 1 hit, yeah, and you take 16 bludgeoning damage. As I rolled amazingly well. But you take half of that because you're a barbarian and you're raging, so you only take 8. And that is that's their turn.
As I hear this comment, Manar is gonna go like, "You sound like you're doing fine, gentlemen." So I'm just gonna rush over and help my other ally. Yeah, right about there. I'm gonna be attacking this fine gentleman to my left. With my amazing sword of sorting.
13, yeah. So you sort, and you just hear the shing as like sparks as you cut across its armored body. You do not hit it.
All right, and then as I'm looking for my my divine weapon, I will say, "What are you laughing at? These guys are tough."
There. Do you use your spiritual weapon?
They're not, but yeah, I know they're not, but it's I'm trying to defend myself here. Where was it? I'll just go into the spell directly. Spiritual weapon. It's not there either. Okay. There we go. And that's another miss.
That it is, yeah.
That's my turn.
All right, Ulrich, you're up.
Aaron, I sent
The
you a
one's the
message.
last one I wounded, right? That's pretty bad.
The one on the left is the one you've been beating the crap out of, yeah.
Alright, so.
Turn him up. You were really low. All right, so a 16 does hit. I also forgot you can have multiple attacks. You get 2 attacks a turn. So go ahead.
Yeah, I realize that. That's
You
alright.
can go ahead and make 2 more attacks, so that's fine. A 16 does hit. Oh, you crit. So hold on a second. 16 hits this one for 16 damage, actually, ironically. Yeah, as you do that. And then go ahead and click that damage for your crit.
I really wish you kill it like the
That's
moment
actually
I
a little
say
bit-
these guys are tough. Kills one in one shot. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, he literally just, you just watch, he
48.
swings, hits it once, and it like falls to the side, and you just went, "Ugh," and he just swings down, and you just literally lop its head off.
I look at him and I just wink at him.
He's covered in blood as he winks at you. Yeah, and you still have one more attack because we missed that second attack on the first round. So go ahead and make another one against the other guy. Good thing you don't have advantage. 19 does hit. So you don't get the crit, so you do 18 plus 4, you do 22 damage to this one. As, yeah, you hit this one, it falls to the ground, the mud just sprays everywhere, and it kind of like stands back up. All right. Do anything else with your turn? I don't think there's anything else you can do, but you know.
No, that's what else I can do.
All right.
good.
Finnegan, you're up.
I sent you a message real quick. It's just about changing one of my things that's literally useless for this.
Go ahead and do it. It's fine. I'm not going to even look at it because I have to look at my phone for any Discord messages.
Second question is, if I push something out of his 5 feet radius, does he get an attack of opportunity?
No.
Doesn't he what?
If a creature is pushed out, you do not get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, okay. It still happens regardless. I was just curious about that.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm just gonna hit the one that's in front next to the dwarf.
Okay, next to the dwarf.
22.
22 hits with no problem whatsoever as you deal 12 damage to it.
And for my movement, I'm gonna float down 20 feet and then move 10 feet.
All right, you said you're pushing him back 5 feet? That's what you're doing?
10.
10. All right, so I mean, he goes, I guess from your angle, it would be this way. 5, 10. 10 that way. Okay, so yeah, you knock him back 10 feet. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Cool.
And I moved forward. I can levitate down to the ground and then move forward. So just dispelling the thing.
Okay. Nuhadrio, it is your turn.
I hate that it says that.
Well, it's safer than me saying your other name wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna climb again.
Okay. Do I give you that same athletics? Alright, no, same thing. Fall on your ass as you try to climb. They are not letting you on.
Is she just laughing as she's trying to do this?
And they're like spinning around, throwing their tails every which way.
Fine, I'll blast him again. Wait. No, I'll blast him.
Crit. Okay, that is the one extra 1d8. Okay, just want to make sure they seemed weird. Alright, so you do 20 damage to it. And then you deal an additional 10 to him. Okay. Yeah, so you hit it twice. Boom, boom. You watch as Like where you hit like one time in the face, and the other side on the side, you watch another part of its horn or its like massive head just like breaks off. And the same thing on the side, like its shoulder, like you watch it just kind of like snap and break. It is not doing too well.
Can I say that I was aiming for the legs, to, like buckle him down so I can like get a better chance
No.
to lift, like to climb him?
No.
Okay.
If you wanted to like try to like grapple it instead of like something like that for your turn, that would work. But in this case, yeah, it wouldn't. It's just the fictional damage that's happening to it. Okay, you do anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like a hard decision.
Okay, so the one that got knocked away charges back towards Ulrich, and is going to make attacks against him. Headbutt and a stomp. Both, yeah, it misses you completely. And then the other one to the left, or the bottom one, is going to attack you, Maynard, with a headbutt and a stomp. 19. That was so close. And the other two will attack you. I can't remember. I'm going to say it wrong. I don't want to say it. I'm scared. Remind me what it is. Good. Okay.
What are you talking about?
It's
Your name.
Savia. No.
Savia.
All right. So Savia, you get hit twice. You take a headbutt from one of them as it slams it down on you. You take 18 bludgeoning damage. And then you get hit with one of the stomps from the other one as it goes for you. You take 7 from that.
Oh,
And then that is going to be their turn.
All right. So Maynard, after defending that last blow with his shield, with all of the chains clanking, turns around and blinks back, saying, you know, kind of, look at me, I'm able to block a blow, kind of fancily. And then after I'm done blocking the, I kind of whip my shield off of the way and try to lunge with my my sword of swording again.
Oh, nice. Always a good choice.
And there we go.
28, you hit with no problem. I will make the Constitution save. I succeed, so I'm not. It is not affected by the ice blight. But go ahead and roll your damage for 8 piercing. Yeah, you attack it like you're like, watch me, and you just like slice and you hit or you pierce into like its hand, and like backs away and like shakes its hand because of the pain and just turns back at you.
And I'm super happy of that hit. Like, I'm way too proud for such a weak hit. And I'm like, haha, I did get it. My turn is over.
You still have your bonus
no, my
action
sword,
for
yeah,
yes.
I'm sorry. Where is it? You thought I would have learned from last time. There we go.
13 does not hit. Okay. So that
Consistency. I like that.
it is now your turn, Ulrich.
What do we win? Hello?
It's your turn.
Alright, yeah, sorry, my thing fuck keeps cutting out. Alright, so. Does that have misses?
A 13 does miss, but you still have another attack. Okay, a 16. Does this one hit this one? Let's find out. Yeah, because you knocked the mud off of it already from that last hit. Or did you? Hold on.
I did, didn't I?
I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah, you did more than enough. You have to do more than 15 damage in a hit to knock like the mud off, which is actually for sake of this, for mechanic wise, it actually increases its AC by 2. So by destroying the mud, it actually lowers its AC. So a 16 hits for 20 slash. So you do 26 damage to it as you slice into it. Just and yeah, the same. You cut across its jawline, and its mouth is slightly like, you know, hanging now at this point. Okay, these two still have it right. Good. Okay. That's your turn then.
That's my turn.
Cool. Finnegan, you are up.
Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna walk up, blade drawn, and I'm gonna take 2 swings at this one. Damn.
Yeah, so both strikes, yeah, with the you kind of charge forward, you stab twice at it, and it hits it, but doesn't penetrate it. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I've adjusted your name. Sevilla, it is your turn.
Aaron, seriously?
I mean, I'll get it right eventually. It's Savia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll get it eventually.
This is your fault. You know he was gonna listen.
I mean, I'm bad at this no matter what, so it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Just know that I love you.
I I look at Manar and I tell him to lift me with his shield. And I go ready to plunge onto the shield.
Okay.
Is
Do you,
Manar let me?
I will let you use your mana if you'll let her. I'll let you use your reaction to boost her up.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I'm boosting the hell. Yeah.
So you can have advantage on it.
Okay.
$18, yeah. So yeah, he holds it. He throws you up as you do a flip and land on the back. Put yourself on whichever one you think you're trying to get onto. As you land onto it, it starts to throw you off as best it can. As you land into this slightly mushy-ish mud. I need you to make me a if you're not gonna move from where you're at right now, don't worry about it. But when you try to move, we'll have to make a check. But in a sense, you're kind of your feet are restrained at the moment.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to attack.
Okay.
And then do Fury of Blows.
Okay, since you're on top of it, I will give you advantage on it. On the attacks. Okay. 28, 23. It's like you need the advantage. And then Flurry of Blows, you said. So, boom, boom. All right, so yeah, that one extra hit. So, the first one you punch and you break the mud that's at your feet. As you deal 11 damage to it. Or 10 damage. The second one, you strike into it and it just caves it in further. Dealing, I'm going to do 10 this time because I did 11 the first time. The other attack, you swing once, you hit, and it doesn't seem to do much, and you just use your other hand and slam into it. And you just creating this one little crater right at the back of its spine. As you deal 12 more.
Well, the Radiant Sunbolt replaces her attack. So it's just energy rays coming from her fist.
And just pummeling into the, in a sense, it's still carrying that massive crater in its back. Just from the sheer force of it. You deal another 15 in the final strike. It looks weak. It's starting to wobble a little bit, but this is the first damage this creature has taken.
I yell to Manar thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're welcome. But not knowing where you're going with all this, you're jumping on top. I see Bud flying, and I see maybe hits flying, and I'm like, okay, I hope you're fine.
You just see little slight flashes of light. Okay, it's now their turn. So it is going to the one that that's next is going to move forward here, and it is going to you watch as it starts to shake. I need both Savia and Manar. You both need to make me a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you succeed, and you both succeed. Okay, so yeah, the mud just goes flying every which way in a 10-foot radius. And it covers globs on the ground, massive ones. But you're able to avoid them, both of you. So the one that is next to you, Manar, to your left, makes its headbutt, it slams its headbutt, and then tries to stomp down on you as you try to avoid the headbutt. 12 and a 21, so close. But yeah, neither one hits you as you block and parry away the stomp. The one that you're on, Savia is going to. Yeah, you know what? It just takes its head and just slams down, and tries to like throw you off. So we're gonna do opposed strength checks. I think in this case, you can do acrobatics or athletics in this case.
Acrobatics for sure.
You need to beat a 6. Good luck. I think you have probably like a plus 10. 9. That was close. Yeah, so it tries to throw you off, and then for its second attack, it's the same kind of thing. It's gonna actually it's gonna stomp down on Manor. It crits you. As you take 15 bludgeoning damage. I think it's one of those like you knock the one like ha ha ha, wham.
This is me getting cocky after blocking the mud and then blocking the 2 hits, and then Jill starts laughing out loud, and yeah, like you said, it just like gets headbutt directly in the face, and he's like, "What the hell was that?" All right, so to this, I will not be happy, and I will use my armor ability, which is called Light Crystal, I believe. Any creatures within 10-foot radius must use their reaction. I'm sorry.
Or become blinded.
Yeah, exactly. 10-foot radius must use their reaction to shield their eyes or be blinded until end of their next turn.
Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna do an intelligence checks for these ones just because I think they're too stupid. So I'm gonna see if they actually use their if they're actually realize what's happening. 1, 2, 3. All right, so one does and uses its reaction, covers its eyes, looks away. The other 2 are blinded.
That's actually all 4 of them. This one is actually
make intelligence on that one. All right, so the top one and the bottom. So the one that she's on and the one that they're fighting are both. They avert their eyes using their reaction. The other 2 that are in front of you are blinded.
Mm-hmm. Is that an action for this ability?
Yes, it would be an action to use that.
We spend the bonus action to ignite.
Okay. So it's a bonus action.
So that means I cannot attack with a weapon, but that's fine. I will still do the my sword attack on which one of those are actually look less or looks the most damage?
The one to your left looks the weakest.
Looks the weakest? Okay, I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, you have advantage on the attack because it's blinded now. So you hit because you get a 19.
9 damage.
9. It does not die, but it is affected by your Ice Blight. For everybody, because Ice Blight is not normally a condition in the normal game, Ice Blight, creature who's afflicted by it can't use its reactions, its speed is halved, and it can't make more than 1 attack on its turn. So next turn, even if it's a multi-attack, it can only hit once.
Okay. Does it have to do a DC? Oh, you failed it. Sorry.
I failed it, yeah. Cool. So it is inflicted with Ice Blight until the end of its next turn.
Perfect. And that's it for me.
Okay. I have to move that over. It is now Ulrich.
All right, you're gonna have to do it. I had to restart this computer. The internet here is awful. So I'm just gonna do great axe hit on it. Can you roll it for me, Aaron?
I can. Once I pull up your character sheet. 1. A crit again. Well, it's dead.
Super dead.
48 damage.
Oh, is it dead?
It only had 35 left. So yeah, it's just it comes running at you, and it's got its headbutt down. You just come forward, and you just slam your head into it, and it lifts up, and you just literally just take your great axe and just slice it into its head, and it goes down.
So I still have another attack, right?
Yes, you do.
The one that was I'm closest to the one that was directly above me, right?
Yeah, you'd have heavy terrain, but you can still make it there with your normal movement.
Yeah, 20. I'll do that, and then I will do the attack. And this is the rage. Do I do extra damage?
You do an extra 3, but it's already calculated into the numbers. So if you're not raging, we'll just -3 off whatever your number is. So, 16. This one has taken damage, As you deal 20 damage to it, it only had 15 left. So yeah, you're just stealing all the kills at this point. So you lop 2 off, or you lop a head off one, you strike and like almost split the skull of another one. And you come to this one, you just take it from the side and just slice into it. Your axe just burrows into its side as it collapses to the ground. You end up like on top of it as it rolls over.
I look to the party and I go, "Are you guys gonna do anything?"
In an angry voice.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm just like spiking him, and he doesn't die. And 5 seconds later, he dies in front of me, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And I see my friend on top of him. Like, what are you doing? Fine, I'll go to the other one.
Okay. Finnegan, you're up.
Does Ellie take any damage falling off of it?
You cut out there, so I
Maybe
didn't
it's the blinded one.
hear what you said.
Does she take any damage from falling off of the one she's on top, or is she on top of the other one?
No, she's on top of the other one.
Okay.
So, Finnegan, you can you can make it. You can go around. You can make 30 feet easy.
Alright. I make it to the blinded one. Can you do it for me? Just 2 attacks.
You guys
Not
are
on my computer. But I have
bums.
wireless headset.
bums. All y'all.
How
Might as well just play this by myself. Oh, so what am I rolling for your character?
Just 2 lance attacks.
Sure.
Against
1,
it with advantage.
2. Okay. So first one hits. Second one you roll 215, so you miss.
Damn.
But the first one, yeah, you deal 14 damage. 3 of that is poison. Okay.
Alright.
That's your turn.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Ellie, you're up.
Oh, not gonna try it.
No, you guys are being mean to me.
At least it did say Haley. It didn't say it's your turn.
It's your turn.
Okay. How damaged is the one that I'm on top of? Look.
It's taken some damage. Most of the damage taken is what you just dealt to it. It definitely seems a little tired out compared to it was, and it's decently damaged, I would say. Compared to the other one, it's much worse off than the other one.
Okay. Then I'll blast this one.
Okay. Some impressive rolls. 13, so that's 25 damage. Okay, yeah, so you slam into it twice, just cratering that hole further and further down as the radiant energy just kind of bursts out from the hole at this point. It's not dead, but it's severely wounded.
And I want to stand up and run and jump and try to land on the other one.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics roll.
Would we give her advantage since the other one is blinded?
No, because she is also... No, because the one that you blighted is dead.
No, not blighted, blinded.
Blinded. No,
Their
because
next turn,
it's a
their-
panicked animal.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there's no way I can give that to you. So yeah, you go to run and jump, and this is the same time as the one that you're on turns to run away. So the distance gets just a little bit farther than you plan as you tumble to the ground. You take 4 damage as you tumble onto the ground. If you want to give me acrobatics to see if you're able to stand right back up, either that or you just fall prone.
I mean, I'm kind of wondering why it isn't acrobatics.
Because jumping is always athletics. It's how it's jumping, climbing, swimming in the DMG is always athletics. It's leg strength. It's not deftness or finesse.
You should have said I backflip onto the other one.
No. It still requires leg strength to do the backflip. But you can acrobatics to land. So yeah, you tumble. As you only use 10 feet of your movement. So you still have your extra movement and you're still up.
Well, I'll bonus action to attack the other one. That's
Okay. Okay, that's your flurry of blows. Gotcha. Okay, I confused myself for like a half a second there. 20, they both hit with no problem. Yeah, in the second hit, the mud just shatters and spreads everywhere off of it. Mannered and Finnegan, you get covered in it. As it takes 22 damage. No, it doesn't. The mud doesn't go because it's not a crit. The mud still stays on. Reverse that. All the mud still stays on him. None of you are covered in mud. Okay. Actually, no, I lied. You crit. Because he had advantage because he's blinded.
Put all the mud back on.
Put all the mud back on you guys again.
Mud on, mud off. Mud on,
Okay,
mud off.
the one that you just hit looks weaker than the one you just left. As it's now their turn. I don't think they're gonna... So this one's blinded still till the end of this turn. So he can't see what's going on, so he's just gonna make 2 attacks. One against you, Manor, which will be a disadvantage, and the other one I think will be against Finnegan.
Bring it.
First one's gonna be Headbutt versus Manor, 13, and then Finnegan, 16, which misses. So yeah, both attacks miss. I think that is it. And this one, we'll make 2 attacks against her. 2, a 22 hits her for 13 bludgeoning. Oh, why did I headbutt twice? Whatever, I'm not going to reroll the stomp to the same bonus. So, yeah, the headbutt hits, the stomp misses, and their turn end.
All right. I guess you can remove the blind from the...
Yes, I can now.
I'll allow it.
No, thank you. All right, so yeah, the one in front of you looks extremely weak. So does the other one. They're both kind of on their last leg. Ish.
All right, so I will move my spiritual weapon that has been completely useless so far.
Yeah,
And,
3 damage.
Woo woo!
Yeah. Oh,
hit?
look at this. Spins around.
10
slices
force.
for 10 damage.
Okay. It
Tell me you
doesn't.
killed it.
It did not. Close, but it did not. Is that your turn then?
I will then do my normal attack and try to Ice Blight
Okay.
the one in front of me. Let's go back here and short sword.
You crit.
Crit.
Okay. Roll your
Just
damage.
in time to see the crit.
All right.
Insane.
And tell
14.
me how you kill it.
So I'd like to think that doesn't really kill it, but then the Ice Blight kind of goes overkill and just like freezes its entire head off.
Gotcha.
And I'm able to, as I remove my sword from it, it just shatters the head apart.
So what happens is your spiritual weapon hits it from the side and it cries out in pain. As it cries out, you shove your sword up into its mouth and you slowly start to watch the freeze go around it. And then, yeah, as you pull it out, it just shatters. I like it.
And then I guess I'm going to use my movement to move right next to the other one and try to start taunting him. And that's my turn.
All right. All right, there's one that's kind of weakish right now. He's returning at the perfect time with a cat. That's a dog. That's a corgi or something. That's a corgi.
This is not a corgi. This is
That's like a
this is
corgi.
Poppy. She was abandoned at a Petco when we're fostering her.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
nice.
So
Cute
can
dog.
you make attacks on it? Because I know they didn't kill it again.
Hey, they
That's
killed
what I was
one.
about to
They
say.
did kill one.
Oh.
13 misses.
Oh, I'm sorry.
18 hits for 16 damage, a low one for you, as you do not kill it. So you come, yeah, you swing, you strike at its leg, it limps. It's not dead though.
I look at my ass like something's wrong with it.
All right, Finnegan, your chance to steal the killing blow on the last one.
Oh, I'm so stealing it. I hope.
Okay.
There we go.
You steal it. How is it? What does it look like when you do this?
Basically just stab straight up into its gullet, and then just you see like white energy pulls out from underneath through the blade into my arm, and just soaks up into like my neck, and I just feel revitalized. And I give everyone like a really weird, cheeky smile.
I like it. Okay. And you guys have successfully killed off the herd of Baroth that were all they were trying to do is protect the territory. You guys are just jerks, obviously.
Obviously.
Yep, sure.
So after the combat, I look at mine that I just killed and very proud of it. After shattering his face into multiple pieces of ice that is now melting on the ground and smelling awful, and I look at Finnegan. No, what's your character's name? Sorry,
Which
Who?
one of us?
the barbarian.
He's the most famous barbarian, seriously.
He's Ulrich. Your name isn't
Ulrich.
on roll 20 right now, so.
Yeah, so I can see it. Sorry. So I look back at Ulrich, and I guess I win points for style. And then I look on your side, and I'm seeing all the dead bodies that are almost exploded because of the violence of your strength. And I go, maybe not. I guess.
I go weak, and I walk away.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to click that.
Aaron, stop.
Sorry, I'm having fun. Okay. So as you walk away, conversation ends, and you guys kind of get back on,
It's worth
the
asking.
path. Yeah, you guys can definitely try carving them and see. So here's how it works. Carving, at least the rules are going to be. It's a DC 10 plus half of the CR level of the creature that you kill. If you succeed, you roll on a D20 table, and that's the material you get. In this case, we'll just do one of them because we'll just kind of give you an idea of kind of how it'll work. So this is a CR4 creature, so it's a DC 12. Who is going to be doing the survival checks to carve these creatures? As someone ran away.
It was Ica, and I think he was
Restarting?
echoing you.
Oh.
He was echoing you or some shit.
I can carve him. It's just I have like
I can.
I think we
Okay.
both have pretty high survival skills.
Well, if you guys want to alternate, you can.
I mean, we can help each other and give us each other advantage on.
Yeah, one person can help. Yeah, so
Sure.
one person can have advantage, or one has advantage, or you're both kind of doing the work together.
Cool.
Am I
So
the only one hearing this echo?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not hearing anything.
Go ahead, and, Ellie, give me 3 survival checks with advantage. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was not a problem. Okay, so go ahead and roll me 3 D20s. I'm gonna find my Baroth here because I actually have a loot table for this one. Oh no, I don't have a loot table. I thought I did.
11, 19, and 16.
Right. So in this case, you would end up rolling quite well. I'm gonna use a different loot table for this one just for the moment because I thought I had a Baroth one, but I'm bad and don't have one yet. So we will use the same CR level creature. So, alright. So in this case, you would get one of the more rare items with the 19, which would be like the bone of the Baroth's head, and it would give you 2 potential effects that you would have. You could either equip it to, you'd have it for like a weapon effect or an armor effect that you could attach to a different set. In this case, I think it would give you like resistance to, or get reduced damage taken from blood, or we'll go with resistance like bludgeoning damage for if you put it in the armor, or otherwise you would increase, bludgeoning damage of your weapon by 1d6 as an example. So the 11, you would get like its carapace, which you would use like it would be like a weaker version, which would reduce like bludgeoning damage by like 4 damage. Weapon wise, you would probably get some kind of charge ability, and with a 16, I don't know, you'd get something involving mud. So that's kind of how that would work. I wish I actually had that one probably because the only CR4 I have right now is a Kuluyaku, which doesn't make sense with the Baroth. I guess the Azuros would have worked. Yeah, okay, here you go. Azuros, better one. So you get the helm from the Baroth. You gain in the weapon, you gain proficiency in unarmed strikes. And you become slashing damage instead of bludgeoning. Or the armor will reduce bludgeoning by 2. For a 16, you would get a jumbo bone, which could be used as a crafting material that you could use to upgrade your weapon from a common to an uncommon weapon. And with the 11, you would get... you could use this weapon, you get a pelt, or in this case it would be the carapace, that you could use as a spellcasting focus, your weapon for druids. Or you do botany where you gather herbs and stuff like that. You gain 1 extra herb when you gather. Cool. Hopefully you guys fixed all of your sound issues while I was explaining that. And now we're going to continue on with the journey. So, as you guys travel, I'm going to fast forward a little bit because that took a little bit longer than planned for the combat. I probably should have done a couple less Baroth, my bad. You eventually reach...
Or we suck. It's one of the two.
Yeah, it's definitely not me. You're right. Okay. So you continue and you eventually reach the town. The town of Broken Shield is little more than a ruin since the last time that Teostra attacked this town 15, 16 years ago. There are a few small stone buildings that have been rebuilt on the outskirts by an oasis, which I will kind of give you guys a quick little glimpse of here on a map. To be the bottom left corner of this map. Boom. And, well, I can't ping you guys over to it.
So just before we, while we were marching over there, what time of day is it? I'm just wondering if I should be healing my teammates or if we should...
If you guys want to take a short rest prior to getting here, you're more than welcome, or you might be able to take one in this town potentially. The biggest thing is that your yeah, you probably won't get a long rest in, but I'd say it's somewhere around noon right now. The sun is high, it's getting hot. You kind of have like that sweat on your brow happening at this point.
I'll most probably wait until we get to the oasis.
Okay. So yeah, you all kind of arrive at this small little like part of the town. There are a few people in the air. There's also others around in the rubblish areas, like rebuilding and building. But this is kind of the central spot that you're at, near the oasis itself. So yeah, when you arrive, you're welcomed by a person in kind of like fine-ish looking robes, kind of a turbanish hat with a feather. And he comes looking up to you. He is a half-elf, kind of old, pointy, long nose. He's smiling. He looks at you and goes, "Welcome. You four look like you were in a little spat of trouble earlier." As he kind of looks at you guys, are like, Arlick is literally covered in blood. I think even I'm going to say it wrong, but you're going to yell at me. So is it Sevilla?
Oh my god.
Savia? I don't know. Tell me it again. 'Cause I said that before and you guys were giving me shit, so I thought I was saying it wrong. I said it that before and then like, you guys were insulting me still, so I'm like, maybe I'm saying it wrong still. So I'm like, now I'm questioning myself.
Are you just realizing that whenever...
So, Savia.
Of course it's Savia.
Yeah, obviously. But, so... Yeah, you're also quite bloody and bruised as you arrive in town. He goes, "Looks like we're in a spat of trouble." Well, if you're interested, the name's Arphil, Apple Warden. I have all the wares you could ever need. As he kind of like lifts up his robe, and it just shows a bunch of different potions. He goes, "Are you looking for anything interesting or useful? I got it."
Well, yeah, of course. Why would I not want something useful?
What are you looking for, my good sir?
What do you got? What's your finest, what's your fanciest wares to wear?
I don't know what you just said. Your accent's a little thick, sir.
Your robotic accent is heavy.
So that was my Dwarven accent. I said, "What's your fanciest wear?"
Fanciest
and the
wear.
rarest.
My rarest, fanciest wear. What do I have? Give me a second to look. Give me a second. And he goes like running into the tent to go find something. It's like he's got that guy. So he looks at you. He comes back out, holding a potion. Even in this warm weather, it is literally giving off like a misty frost. He goes, I have this here, sir. He goes, I think this might be something you're interested in. It is a potion of frost giant strength. Drink this, and for the next hour, it will imbue you with the strength of a giant, making you more power than you could have ever imagined. Did we lose him? Because it's like a black screen where his camera's at.
Okay, I ask for a tavern.
A tabard?
A tavern.
Tavern. Oh, he looks and goes, I'm not actually from around here, but I don't believe there is one yet. They've been more concentrated. He goes, but I mean, you could maybe go speak to the, the village elder. They might be able to assist you in finding something else or accommodations.
I'm limping to like the biggest building.
All right, so you're limping to the biggest building in the back. Now that he's back, you missed the entire explanation, but basically he has a potion of frost giant strength if you are interested. And then I need to pull.
How much is it?
It is. Gotcha. Giant strength.
You should get a potion of auto tune.
Okay, it doesn't have a price. He goes, sure. It is 1,000 gold pieces. So to give you an idea of what it does. So I can't spell strength, or I would just tell you what it does. So a potion of giant strength for a frost giant makes your strength temporarily 23, which would give you an additional +1 to your attacks and damage rolls.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass.
Very well, sir. All right, and then we're gonna kind of cut off. He goes, well, fine then. I see you are not the type that require my goods. I will be on my way then. And he like goes back in, and we kind of zoom back in as you enter into the largest building in this small little part of this town. Inside is Ethart Talbane. He is the village elder. Very muscular, balding head. He's human. And as you enter in, he kind of looks and goes, huh. You're late.
What do you mean we're late? We
Like a
just got
tavern.
here.
It is not a tavern. It is a it's basically the elder's like hut. Because we expected you 2 hours ago.
It's really funny because you get in and it's the booze.
But he looks and goes, you were supposed to be here 2 hours ago. It's
We
growing
had some difficulties with our transportation and the natives, but we made it. Don't worry, now we're here.
Well, good. It only got 2 hours closer while you were away. So, I assume you're here for a quick stop in, gather supplies, and then head right out?
Yeah, and then I kind of look at myself with the blood and the mud all over, and I'm like, maybe also a small bath, if you wouldn't mind.
Could be arranged. We can get a few of the the people rebuilding the town to get you a couple buckets of water to help you rinse off a bit.
Excellent.
But so, from our scouts' information, the Teostra is to the east, a few miles out. You need to travel through the canyon. He kind of points to the east, and you see it's like a massive mountain. There's a canyon to the east. Travel through it, you'll reach the Teostra, somewhere probably around the large Laoshan skull out in the middle of the desert. can't miss the thing as soon as you pass through the canyon. It's the biggest thing out there. Wait for it there. If it's not there, it's probably your best bet. Gives you a little bit of cover, protection. That's my opinion.
Thank you. Anything else you can give us for information from what it is and what does it do?
I would speak to Cece. She's out at the front. She would be your guild receptionist in the area. She probably could help you out with that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Savia raises her hand.
Goes, yes. Is there another question you have?
I just want juice.
Juice. That can be arranged. Go get cleaned up. We'll bring some type of, it'll bring you out some kind of like, fruit juice, like cactus juice or something like that, out to you, as you guys are like cleaning yourselves off and whatnot.
Is there a cemetery around? Or a graveyard?
I mean, there are unmarked graves. You probably would have passed them as you were entering in towards this part of town, so they're a little ways off. But yeah, there was like there's a bunch of graves way off in the distance from the rebuilding and stuff like that.
Alright. You hear that? You can go visit some dead people.
You're gonna go visit some dead people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking to my friend. I'm gonna go visit some dead people. I'll just walk out.
Okay, you just go walking away. Is there anything specifically you want to actually do in the graveyard, or are you just kind of going over there?
I'll just have a conversation with my dead partner who flies above me sometimes.
Gotcha.
Comes and goes.
Okay.
Do we see him, or are you the only one that sees him?
I
Yeah,
speak
her.
to things no one else can see. Is my flaw.
Perfect. Oh, that kind of we don't see then. Okay.
Okay. So you go wander off to go speak to your buddy for a bit as everybody kind of looks at you kind of quizzically. You're probably used to it a little bit. We keep losing someone. I think that's why our cameras keep messing up. So I apologize on stream for that. It'll pick up here and there. So you go talk to him for a bit. I'm not going to really roll that one too much because we got to save a little bit of time. All right, yeah. So we kind of get you guys out. Well, you want to go see Cece. So Cece is you're going over here to her. As you go, I think she's probably inside her tent at this point. So you kind of open into this tent. It's a very lavish looking tent. Nice bed, very fine table and furniture in there. And she is sitting down at the table, like with a bunch of books open, like writing down notes and like double checking stuff. As you come in, she sees you and she goes, "Oh, hello. I'm glad to see you finally made it. Something happened out there?"
Mild inconvenience.
Ah, yes, it's how it goes sometimes during this time of season.
So we've heard that you have a special type of monstrosity you want us to get rid of the sector.
Yes, elder dragons are never fun to deal with. I'm glad that they got someone like you to come out and take care of it. Otherwise,
so you say that, and I kind of raise an eyebrow. I kind of look like a dragon.
well, I don't mean you. I mean your group.
Of course.
That's what I mean. No offense meant. Is there anything you need or that I can assist with while you're here? I'm sure that's why you came in.
Do you have any information around strategies or behavior of the beast to be slain?
Yes. The information on it is slightly limited. And most don't come back alive when they fight it.
Whatever you have will be useful.
The one thing you need to do your best to avoid is when during combat. Basically, I'm just gonna kind of explain to you. During combat, it will release like plumes of like not fire, but like black, like clouds of like soot in parts of its scales that it can ignite and cause to explode. So staying near them is quite dangerous, and they can spread and move around as the combat goes on. Staying in close to it all the time can be can be dangerous because it will rise in the air and create like a supernova. It's known to do like a supernova type of like blast. And then other than that, it can fly. It's quite quick on the ground too. Just I wish you luck.
As she goes on, I'm kind of taking notes, and as she keeps piling on new things, you kind of see my face slightly going paler and paler, like And eventually, I just close my book, and I'm like, "All right, I think that's enough. Thank you very much for all the information."
It was no problem. If you make it back, I'm sure there'll be, besides the reward you're going to get from them, there'll be a great reward from the guild. So, good luck, and
Award.
What kind of reward?
that is not something for me to discuss. You'll have to find that out when you return, to the guild.
Come on, Cece.
No. Surprises are best left. I don't want you to have your hopes up and then this go wrong. So just know that there'll be a great reward for when you return. All right. Now be on your way.
Savia pouts like a child and then just like walks out.
What were you saying?
I ask her if there be a feast.
Will there be a feast? Yes, of course there will be a feast. As soon as you we can't really get one here, but as soon as you return, there will of course be a feast. I will make sure of it for you. I know how you like your food. Okay.
As we're walking out, I kind of make a quick observation to my team and saying, see, when we got in, she says if we makes it, and when we got out, she said when we make it. We're already building confidence within the locals.
The only confidence I have is the thing floating above my head.
Turn around, look over the head, sees nothing. Quick silence. Let's carry on.
Yes.
Okay. So, we're gonna speed up. I'm gonna skip one of the things I had planned just because for time's sake. We're getting there, so we're gonna, which kind of makes me a little sad because it would have been interesting. I'll show it to you guys later at the end of the stream because I know somebody have to go. So you guys, wash up, get the blood off of you. You can take a short rest here if you want. Expend some hit dice, get that health back and stuff like that. If you get anything back during a short rest, you get that back. You need a lot of 3. So if you're missing HP, spend them hit dice and all that type of stuff.
Alright, so I'm using hit dice, just like it.
Yeah, just keep hitting it, and then once you and then add it to your health for whatever numbers you get, till you're satisfied with the amount.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 hit dice. All right.
Okay. So, you guys wash up, you rest up for a bit, you get your juice. It is quite delicious. Anybody else who wishes to partake in the juice can and does. You enjoy it. As you guys set out,
Down the juice is about a 6 out of 10 in my journal.
solid number. And at that point, you continue on your way. So you head out towards the east once again, towards the large mountain off in the distance. You eventually you travel for another hour or so. Actually, yeah, it's it's a little more than a couple miles. I made a mistake on that, but you travel for another hour or so towards that. What is the marching order? Same as before?
Savia, do you
Yeah,
want to go first instead of me going first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah, if you have better perception, it might be a smarter idea.
Okay, so it's Savia, then Manor, and then Finnegan, then Ulrich.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the marching order. It all matters on the passive perception. I thank you. I haven't called for a perception check yet. So let's see. What is your passive perception? This is actually an important question to know.
I have 13.
Hers is 17. Okay.
Hers rocks.
This is quite good. All right. So as you continue to travel for that hour or so, you know, the sun's getting hotter and hotter as you're traveling through. The sweat in your brow is just dripping down onto your cheek. I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
And by that,
Got
you
my
mean
robes.
nothing happens, right? Everything's fine.
Got my robes.
Perfectly fine. Oh, yes, your robes. You don't because of heat. You are correct. So the only other person you need to do is Ulrich, which you did. Okay, yeah. So none of you are affected really that badly by the heat. So none of you suffer from a level of exhaustion. You're used to this. You're just powering through this heat. As you eventually continue to walk for a bit. So I actually need the second person in line, ironically, to give me a perception check.
That's exactly why I decided to be second.
Ironically.
Perception check.
Okay. So you guys continue to walk forward towards the mountains. I need the third person in line to give me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. So, as you're traveling, you are the first one, Savia, you're the first person to notice as the horizon is slowly getting like higher and higher as you continue to walk forward. It's very minor and minute. In manner, you're kind of just walking, like concentrating on the fight, preparing yourself mentally. When Finnegan, you realize that both Manor and Savia are slowly starting to sink into the sand in front of you. Like it's up to like their like ankles at the moment. It's not deep yet, but you kind of look around and you see like the sand from the sides of the dunes are slowly like falling inwards, like towards them.
Hey, you guys are falling into the sand.
I kind of take my nose out of my my spell book, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at that.
And yeah, at the same time, like look at that, you slowly are starting to sink a little bit further and further as you stop walking. What do you guys do?
Who has the rope?
I
God damn it, it's obvious.
see my way out of here.
I still have the rope.
You do have the rope. So what do you do?
Alright.
Oh, I toss it to Alarak. Except he keeps disappearing, so
Okay. Yeah, so you toss it to him. He's cutting out a bit right now. His connection is pretty bad at the moment. So you toss it to him. He grabs it, and you're gonna have to just basically have him like pull you guys out. Is the idea? I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't hook up to it immediately. I just look how it's gonna fare. Like if she's able to be easily pulled out, then I'm gonna hitch a ride. Else, I'm just gonna give more chance to one person of the group to make it.
Oh, like, if you're able to, give me an athletics roll. Otherwise, I will do it for you.
oh god, athletic.
No, just him, not you. You're just holding
Oh.
him. Yeah, you're good.
I extend my arm to Manor. Manor.
All right. As you extend your arm, I'm just like, just give him a. It's gonna help before hanging over, and because I think I'm behind you, so it's gonna be easy after the fact.
So I rolled it for him.
God damn it!
So yeah, he goes to pull, and like he would normally have no problem just like pulling, but it's just he grabs, and just pulls, and you watch as there's a slight cut that was in the rope that you guys didn't notice earlier on when you grabbed it, and it just snaps in half as you're slowly starting to sink a little bit further down into the sand. What do you do?
Just looking around.
There are
Okay, I'm
dunes on both sides, and you're kind of like in a.
Dig my way out of here.
What's up?
Can I dig my way out of here?
You're not in it actually. You're off like you're back behind. But and so Finnegan and you aren't in it just yet.
Then I'm just. I'm feeling that I want to have
I didn't.
Your accent is just too thick, sir. It's really your connection is really rough right now. But yeah, you're fine. I tried to help them. You help them pull them out. Well, so what do the three of you do? Finnegan, you're like right on the edge of it.
I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna ask my friend what I should do.
He doesn't
He doesn't
respond back
respond.
this time. No response.
No.
So Manor and
So,
Savia,
you're puzzled. You're stuck too.
you're trapped. You now have 25 feet of rope technically, as he like ripped it and tore it. So I mean, there's still a good solid chance you could go for it. But if that rope's any weaker again,
Actually, wait. Are they like on the edge of it?
no, they're like in the middle. They're like in the middle of the dunes.
How big is it? Like
15
to
feet
push
across.
so it's 15 diameter or 15 radius.
15 diameter. So like in the middle. So there's like 5 feet on each side for them to like, try to get to the edge.
Alright,
It's
I
now
look at
up to
them
like
and I'm
their like middle of their calves.
I look at them and I'm like, this is gonna hurt, and I cast Eldritch Blast.
I get it. So he runs to the side. This is gonna hurt. Boom. You're right. Give me 2 rolls. 22 hits. And a 15. So yeah. So you shoot. I mean, unless you're trying to dodge it, Savia, you get hit by it. And he'll push you.
I
both.
definitely dodged that.
Okay. Well, Manor,
I mean, they're
you get
technically
hit,
stuck, aren't
and you
they?
get sent flying 10 feet back out of this pit of sand. And you land
wait.
on.
Who's getting ejected?
You got ejected. You take 23
ejected.
damage as you get hit and blasted out and slammed into the wall, or not the wall, but the side of the dune.
Yeah.
But you're free.
Can I snap a dexterity save to try and grab Savia in some way, shape, or form, like the rope she's still holding, or like as I'm flying
Sure,
by?
I'll give you a dexterity save.
I'll use the horn to use it for +2 saving throws.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so she slams her horn onto the ground and it starts to ring and play a melody that gives you +2 to that saving throw. So go ahead and roll it and we'll just add a +2 to it.
It's a really obnoxious melody, by the way.
Damn.
Yeah, so yeah, you're quick enough to grab the rope and start to get pulled with the force. What kind of rule should I have you to hold on to this thing? Because you're now being like yanked. You can give me a dexterity saving throw also, Savia, to hold on to the rope.
Able to wrap your hand around it.
11. Just like you see it because you let it go for a split second, and you see him getting pulled, and you grab onto it just in the nick of time, and you get pulled 5 feet. You're still in the sand, but you're like right on the edge, so you could like just pull at this point. You like just pull her out.
All right, I try to unwrap a piece of my chain off of my shield.
Yeah.
Kind of throw it to her to do the last 5 feet or so.
Okay, I'm not gonna have a roll. I think in this case, using like the kind of thing and using your shield is more than enough to like pull her out. Yeah, so you're free of this like soft quicksand-ish type like part of the desert. As you kind of look down the ways, all the way down the distance, you see Savia and everybody give me a perception check really fast. Or no. Give me a nature check. Nature.
It's been worse.
Mm-hmm. Finian and Ulrich.
Oh yes, you said 23
I
damage.
got it. He rolled an 8. So Savia, you're the one who I think notices it first. Is that you see like almost looks like a path through the sand. You would recognize this as a cephalos or is it a cephalos or cephadrome? It's a cephadrome. It's a sand shark-like creature that burrows low, like almost like a sand shark, on the top of the desert floor. It travels across, and in its wake, it leaves a soft sand like area where you can literally fall into 15 feet down, and get buried. So you ended up in one of their trails as you were falling. It goes off for a distance and then it trails off to the left, as you kind of like walk along the side of it. So you eventually though reach the canyon, which I'm going to skip, at least in this case, for what we're doing because we don't got time. But you go into the canyon. The canyon is a pathway between the mountains. It was not carved out by a river. This is said looks like to be it was carved out by literally creatures over the hundreds and thousands of years using this as a pathway. So in between there are pillars of rocks that some that go up to 40 to 50 feet into the air. On the sides of the canyon, it's tiered for anything that could be hiding in those areas. Conveniently, luckily enough for you, as you travel through it, it does not seem to be anything that is there. And as you start to come up and out of the canyon, you kind of go over the first dune, you start to get this image of this massive skull in the middle of the desert. The skull itself is somewhere about 40 feet wide, and at least from the distance you could probably guess is somewhere around 50, 60 feet long. It's huge. This is the skull of a Lao Shan Lung, one of the largest elder dragons. This died sometime in time unknown, way in the past, and the skull has just not moved since. So you guys kind of reach over the top of this, and in preparation, how do you guys handle preparing for, what is your ritual and stuff like that for preparing for a fight such as what you're about to be going into?
If you don't mind, when we get to the skull, I'll kneel down and start doing casting a spell, which looks like a prayer, but I'm actually just trying to cure wound myself,
Okay.
to heal some of the wounds that I got. And
You're welcome, by the way.
that's the thing, is you just jumped it. But yes, was kind of a little bit mad at taking the damage, but kind of happy that you saved me. So I was angrily thankful. But otherwise, I'm trying to play with the prayer and the dragon's head to cure my wounds. So I will do so. And afterward, as far as the preparations, I'll try to meditate as much as possible. But in preparation for the fight, I'd like to cast a spell that usually lasts an hour. So I don't know, this is not something we're going to be able to control, I'm assuming, when we're going to be casting the spell and when the creature is going to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
So is this something that I can ready myself for and just wait for it? And when the creature shows up, I can immediately cast it and then start going into the order?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if that's ends up powering it being if they see you first type of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole the whole idea of holding an attack in combat. I would pretty much do the same thing, but for that spell, which would give us elemental protection for fire for about an hour.
And how many people does it affect?
I believe it's up to 6. Let me check that out. 1 person.
It's 1 person. Okay.
For the duration, the willing creature you touch has resistance, so I need to touch the creature. So
Right.
That's not 6 at all. 6 is not 1.
No, it's close though. So it's fine. So you could do it a couple times or stuff like that. But other people, some have bought resistant potions that last for an hour also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are the rest of you doing? So Finnegan, what is your ritual preparation? Do you speak to your your friend and is this the day I join you or?
I talk to my friend and I'm like, "No, this is the day. It's gonna happen." I'm not saying what's happening, and I'm drawing a picture of my best description of the creature that I'm about to destroy.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Don't worry, be more than 1 tonight."
Okay. How about you, Savia?
Yeah.
I was gonna get it eventually. I was getting better, but then you guys screwed with me. So like I said, so Savia, what is your like preparation ritual?
I tastefully unwrap like some of the clothes that I have and just soak in the sun and just like take it all in and kind of meditate.
Okay, so kind of just like that, preparing like the peaceful, like letting the sand blow like past you and just kind of taking in the environment. I like it. I like that a lot. Ulrich, if you are not lagging and not upside down, what is like your like ritual for preparing for this type of thing?
I look for a bunch of things to maybe some type of flowers I could brush into and make some paints for my war paint.
War paint.
And when I put my war paint on, literally, I just get like destroyed.
Okay, I got most of that. The lag is just really rough with him right now. It's usually not that bad. Okay. So you guys kind of like
Did
do
you
that.
get all that or no?
Most of it. I got like the war paint with like finding and stuff like that. It was just the very end of it I didn't really get.
Yeah.
You may just end up having to type out what you do in this way. It's like horribly bad for some reason this time around. I do not know why.
I don't know why it's so bad.
But it's no big deal. We'll just do it for next time. Okay. So, as you guys kind of like get up, you finish your preparations, you start moving towards this massive skull. As you continue to travel for a bit, when you hit about 200 feet ahead, that large skull, you see like the rubble and rocks surrounding them in this desert. Atop the skull, you see slight like flickers of flames and fire. As you kind of look out, I think someone has. I don't know if they even know they have them, but you have the ability to see very far away in very minute details. If you all wish to look quickly, because it could be important. I'm just gonna look at it up anyways. So one of you sees it. I don't remember who it is, but you kind of like in a sense you have like goggles that you zoom in and you see the Teostra that is like laying like curled up like a cat on the top of this skull. And little flames like as it's sleeping, as it like breathes out, little bits of flame leave from its nostrils. And then it just kind of lets out a nice like yawn as it kind of like rolls over, and just like the flames just like out as it like lets this yawn about. The Teostra is, like I said before, it's a feline-looking creature with a large, fiery mane, curved back horns, massive fangs. It stands on 4 feet, with fur-covered wings and a long tail. I'm going to switch you over to the map.
Are we still in the canyon?
You walked out of the canyon and now you're at like this point here. So you're roughly about 200 feet out from this creature as you see it. What do you do?
I'm going to immediately keep my eyes open for the mate.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to be actively doing that all the time.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll be casting some of that protection from fire on my teammates. I have a total of 3 that I can cast.
Okay.
I'm assuming that Savia and Alaric is the most, since we're going to be in close combat.
Ulrich, it would actually be useful in case his rage ever drops.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, does it take half damage even from element?
Because he's a bear totem barbarian, he gets resistance to everything besides psychic damage.
There you go. Okay, so I'm going to be casting it on myself and Savia. So we both get
okay.
We both get protection from fire, resistance to fire. So we take half fire damage.
Okay. So you start casting this. It is vocal. And you aren't that far. Oh, you're not super loud. You're talking like a normal voice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me just I would say stealth roll, just to see. I'm gonna try to compare it to its passive perception. Okay. So, yeah, as you start casting, you cast the first one on her, and then you finish casting the second one. The person who has the eyes watch as the Teostra, it's one of its eyes just opens up, and it starts to stir. What do the rest of you do?
I'm quickly flicking through my journal and changing because my picture of it was very off.
Okay.
Need to make sure my illustrations are profound.
Okay. Someone had a potion of fire resist. Do you drink it?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, so then it turns and it gets up and just lets out this massive roar. You watch as its wings flutter outwards, and you just see this dust of clouds just like kind of burst outwards in different directions. It sees you all, and it starts taking steps slowly towards you, at the like climbing down the skull. Let's roll for initiative.
Flavia starts laughing and she like dashes toward it.
Okay.
I don't have a token, by the way. You've got two.
Do I have two
Okay.
the same out there? Whoops. There we go.
Oh, and
Okay.
by the way, I don't have fire protection. Savia still has a concentration spell, so I can't have two of the same.
Oh. Okay.
So my apologies for that.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's go ahead and roll up. I'll add Finnegan here. Everybody else roll for initiative. That's there. I need this here.
All right, sure. I'll take the protection from fire then.
Oh, that's whatever. I rolled really poorly on it. I rolled a 6 for his initiative. So I'm only missing Ulrich, which I guess I will do since you're still having issues, correct?
I already rolled it.
You did?
rolled it. I didn't click on my.
Oh, that's fine. I'll add it then. I got it covered.
Yeah.
Okay. It is then we start the initiative. Yeah, it starts to climb down the skull as Finnegan, you are first.
How far away is it?
He is 225 feet-ish.
Did my
220.
movement like forward do anything at all?
In a sense, like you start to move forward, it's like when it started to move is like I didn't move him either, so it's like the initiative roll, and that's when it starts to happen.
Okay.
So he's 220
Okay.
feet away.
Okay. I'm just gonna move forward, I guess.
All right.
I'll hold a spell for if it gets into range, but I don't think it will. I'll hold the spell.
Okay. So you're holding what spell specifically?
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That is your turn. Ulrich. You're up. If you click your token and hold it, you can press the space bar and it'll give you like a line that you can just move your character like token with, and then you can let it go and it'll just move it. You have to press space bar twice potentially. But what do you do, Ika?
I'm just gonna move my 30 feet here.
Okay. All right. You gonna dash? Or you gonna do anything else?
Who are you talking to?
Ika. Because he's just moved his character. That's all he's done.
Oh, sorry, this connection is terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Well-
it's my turn, someone else can go.
All right, so we'll just leave it at that. So it is. You can finish that up. So, Manar, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm going to be moving over 30 feet, and we'll prepare the spell. What is it called? Cantrip. Sacred Flame. If it gets into range, and that's my turn.
Okay. Savia, it is your turn.
I'm so proud of you.
Hmm.
I'm gonna dash and go 110 feet.
Okay.
I forgot how to do it, Aaron.
So you click on your token, like have it selected so you can like move it normally, and then press the space bar, and then let it go where you want it to go. Like it should have a line following it. You may have to press the space bar twice. You don't want the arrow. You want it to be able to like select it.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, if you click it, you click and hold the token so like you can move it around. You press the space bar, and then you can move it where you press space bar. You like press it, it'll put like a new point where it's at. All right, Avox, put your character back.
It doesn't work. Don't know how to
Hitchhiking.
fucking do it.
Okay. Whoa, what the?
Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so it is now the Teostra's turn.
And then, wait,
Go ahead.
I can. That was my action, right? Okay, so I bonus action patient defense.
All right, so you take the defensive position. All right, so at the start of its turn, it just like it flutters its wings, and you watch as 4 clouds appear within its range. I'm actually going to give him a range thing so I can see here. Boom. Boom. Alright, so yeah, 4 clouds appear within range of him. He then moves. He takes flight and flies up 40 feet up into the air. And just kind of hovering there, just... and then I think he will do the same as what you guys have been doing. There we go. And 2 more clouds appear behind him as he starts to travel. So he stays there fluttering in mid-air. And that is his turn. Okay. Finnegan, you are up.
I'm just gonna dash this down. That's all. Actually, wait. How far does it have to be to get hexed? 30 feet. Shit, that's fucking not far. Alright, my turn. Done.
Okay. Ulrich, you're up.
Alright, I'm just gonna move. And then I'm going to burrow about 8 feet in the ground, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. As your turn ends, I take my first legendary action. And he is going to fly and move 40 feet towards the rest of you. As 2 more clouds appear behind him. He's 40 feet in the air right now. Okay. Your turn, Manar, you are up.
Mm, all right. I think I'm going to be.
I'll keep this up. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, I need to
using-
get up in there. All right, so I'm going to be traveling 60 feet.
Okay.
And turn.
Okay, your turn ends there. As your turn ends, I think he's going to move a few more feet forward with the legendary action to right here. And one more cloud. Okay. Savia, it is your turn.
For my action, I'm going to use the Rathalos wing
Okay.
and cast fly on myself.
Okay.
And hover about, I guess it says 60, so I'll do 60.
All right, so you now are flying. Let me give you a little like token here so we can make more mention of that. Perfect. Little wings.
And I'm still actively looking for the mate.
Yes. Okay. So as you look around, I think you see, because they're up next, from the side, you watch as all these little critters, like they look like insects with almost centipede-ish, come up out of the ground, like unburrow. In the bottom corner over there. And they they start to curl up into balls and start moving forward towards the group. And that is their turn. Oh, unless you want to do anything else with your flying, I'm sorry. Or because you only use your action, you still have a bonus action for anything.
I guess I'll patient defense.
Okay. And the key to patient defense is it's now its turn. How high are you in the air right now?
60 feet.
So you're 60 feet up. So you're actually above him right now. Okay, so it sees you and looks down at the two on the ground. I need both of you to give me a dexterity saving throw as it just releases a gout of flame across just at you two. You actually might also be in range, Finnegan. Let's see here. You are within range. So Finnegan, I also need you to give me a dexterity.
I'm 100 feet away.
You're 60 feet away.
Yeah, but it's 40 feet in the air.
But it's like it's cone. He's
Still
40
feet
feet in the air also.
Yeah, I'm on the ground, so that makes it even further away.
I get what you're saying. I'll give you that. All right, so just you two, Ulrich and Manor, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wait, if we're underground.
Are you saying you were underground?
Yeah, I said and I dig 8 feet underground.
I missed that before. I would not have used this then had I known he was underground. So cancel that for the moment. No, that's a cancel on that one.
Fire on, fire off.
Yeah, we're gonna reverse that because it's hard to hear you because of the connection right now. So I thought you were still above ground. There would be no point for me using that at this point then. So instead,
I was wondering how you were doing it. I was like, alright.
yeah. Okay. Instead, he's going to fly up to you, Sevilla. So he's up to 60 feet. He's got 20 feet of flight left. He makes 2 claw attacks against you, and I'm going to make a bite attack. 23, 22,
Oh, 19.
and a 30.
But even so, he gets me.
Right. So the first one, these are gonna hurt, just so you know. I love you.
Thanks.
15, 17, and 17. Those actually are pretty low. So you take, just minus each one of those off, it's 20, 30, 34, 49. As it strikes at you. And then it's going to fly down 20 more feet down towards the group at an angle. So you can get attack of opportunity if you want. And it leaves behind a gas cloud right next to you in the air. And then as a bonus action, these move forward. Oh, actually, in the other 4 that are supposed to spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the start of its turn. Okay. Those ones are on the ground. The one up next to you is in the air, though. Its turn is now done. And 11 does not hit.
Alright, let's see if this thing has a stupidly high wisdom or not. I cast Hold Monster.
Old monster. Each creature you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. The spell has no effect on the undead. At the end of each of its turn, it can make a wisdom, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Interesting. It does not really have... it has a wisdom save, though, so let me click that. What is your spell save, DC?
17.
I roll a 15. So he fails, and since he's in the air, he freezes in place and falls, 40 feet. 4d6. Taking 12 damage as it slams into the ground.
And I'm walking 30 feet closer. It's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, so you cast it, and it looks at you just glaringly as it then freezes for a second and just plummets to the ground just head first and then falls onto its side.
Fucking hell, it has a +7.
It's very wisdomy.
50-50 chance every turn for it to fucking fail.
Okay,
No, less
yeah.
than 50. Slightly less.
Okay.
Slightly more, sorry.
It's basically the same. Anything else you do for your turn? And so you're moving up right next to him then, huh?
Bonus action, I'm gonna hex it.
Okay, so bonus action, you hex it. What skill are you making it disadvantage or saving throws and what disadvantage on?
Wisdom.
Good choice, sir.
And everyone has advantage on it because it is fucking paralyzed.
Yeah, for this turn. So as you as you start to get closer to it, though, you can feel like the heat coming from this creature, like literally the flames licking off of it. Okay. It is now Ulrich's turn. So you come charging forward, okay? So you take your step forward. Yeah, no, that's fine. I know, and that's why I was saying you take your step forward and you take your axe, this great axe, and just swing into it. You do hit. As you do, the flames lick off of its body and engulf you. You take 3 damage, which is half, so you take 1 damage because you're resistant to fire. I'm assuming you're raging. Because you can't speak and whatnot. So he takes 1 damage from that, and then you deal 22 damage to it.
And then another one. Oh,
Why? Why do we let him crit?
Nice.
Because
30, 43. Of course.
oh,
Yeah,
don't worry. I mean, if I hit it twice, I might one-shot it. I shit you not.
Oh shit.
yeah, they shouldn't point damage.
You're almost dead.
No, it's not. It's not almost dead. So you swing into it. She's almost dead.
Yeah, Savia is almost dead. That's what I was doing.
So it can. End of its turn, it can make another. Alright, so end of its turn, it can. I'm just checking on anything else. Yeah, okay, I can't do anything. Very nice on the hold monster.
Yes. I prepared for this. Unfortunately, I can't expend 3 spell slots now, but this is worth it.
Okay. So it, you make your 2 attacks. You swing, you crush into it. You break off a part of its armor on its arm. It starts to bleed a little bit, but it's still furious. You also take another 3 damage. No, yeah, 3 damage. You take 3 from striking it. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, anything else?
Okay. So it is now Manar's. Your turn.
All right. She's 60 feet
Before
into the
starts
air.
to start, I'm like, you can do it.
You can do it.
You
I'm
can
just
do
looking.
some damage.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I
I
just
mean,
wanted to
it's
see if I can
completely
heal.
vulnerable right now. Please hit
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I don't know what's the range on this. I could heal far off the combat, so I'll just go ahead and go for it. And I'm going to try and hit it. Hopefully, do that icy decay.
Mm-hmm. Try to get ice blight on it, yeah.
Yeah. 24.
24 hits. And it
7 damage.
and it fails the con save, so it's inflicted with ice blight
Nice.
until technically it's
Until
ice
the
blight,
end of
not
it,
poison.
their
I don't know
next
why.
turn.
Yep. So it can only take 1 attack on, no matter if it's multi-attack, it can only make 1 attack action
Excellent.
or bonus action.
And half the movement speed, which I am assuming flying gets out
Would
of
be
the
effect-
wireless. Perfect.
Yeah. So, and that's your turn then. A 7
it is.
piercing. Mark that off. Okay. Savia.
Okay, I'm going to. This was like, I feel useless in this fight now. But
Why?
You've got 55 feet of movement before you can attack. That gives you in range, doesn't it?
Yeah, put her in range.
is
Yeah.
using
Just slide in.
a bonus action, a potion, a bonus action?
Yeah,
or
it's still.
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll attack it first.
Okay.
Are you going to take fire damage from it? Are you at a distance?
See.
It's a range attack.
It's a range attack.
Yeah, it's 30 feet for her. So 2 hits, both hit, boom, boom, for 17 and 14. Okay. It gets hit twice. A little bit of it, the mane starts to singe and burn. It still looks quite strong and it's quite pissed off. You can just see it in its eyes.
And then I'll just roll the health for the potion.
All right. So do you fly to the ground or where do you fly to?
To the ground, but like just 10 feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're within 30 feet, I'll be able to heal you next turn.
Okay.
Wait, I because I know Aaron, so I'll be I'll be 20
I don't know what
feet
you're talking
up.
about. It's messed up.
Mhm. I'll be 20 feet up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now it's the Conchu's turn. They come rolling in. And they're going to dash this time because screw not dashing. Alright, so the first one can get to 50 feet to there. That's 50. That's... Yeah, they can make it. They start surrounding the group. A couple of them sit right by you. Just waiting for you to land, like leaping in the air as the ball is just trying to get to you, but they can't. So they all dash forward as they reach the group. That's going to be their turn. On its turn, you watch as 4 of these dust clouds appear around. Okay. We can delete all these other ones because there's no. I'm gonna keep them there. They're gonna be. And then Everybody that's nearby takes fire damage, so all 3 of you will take. So Manor, you take 4 because you don't have resistance. You do have resistance. Oh, right, 'cause you're right. She doesn't have resistance. Finnegan, you haven't drank your potion yet, so you take 4, and you take 2. Ulrich. Not a save.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, concentration saving throw. Finnegan, would you please give me one also?
Oh, right. 24.
No problem. Okay. And then I think that ends its turn, so I'll make its wisdom save.
Doesn't
So
work.
it's still stuck.
Yep.
Tricky for not giving this one legendary actions.
My turn.
Yes.
2 strikes. Second one hits. And I'm going to
Yes.
burn my mace of despotir, or however the fuck you pronounce it.
18.
I burn 1 spell slot. And it takes 47 force damage. I told you, man, I could literally almost one-shot this thing if I rolled high.
Nah, you couldn't have.
I'll take it.
I could-
So yeah,
if
you
both-
hit
if
it.
Both of those hit. That is 20 d8 spell. It's 160 potential.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have killed it. So
I don't care. It's still a shitload.
either way, you hit it, and you just watch both horns just snap off as it wriggles in pain. You just hear a like growl, like cry of pain inside as it can still not move.
As a bonus action, I'm drinking my fire resistance potion. So I am now resistant to fire.
Did we
Are
skip
we
my
awaiting
turn?
something?
No. Your turn. It's right now. It is your turn. I lost track of where we were at. It
Okay.
is now your turn.
All right. Because I was like, how does the beast hurt? Right?
It's pretty severely wounded at this point. You do have an advantage.
Advantage of the 20 it hits then, right?
Yes. So both those hit. Okay, so 16. And then 22. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you hit it, and you watch as its wing kind of like part of its wing like snaps. It's still usable if it could actually move. And then that would be it.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Manor, you are up.
All right. I'm wondering if I should focus on healing or if I should try to burn the rabble around us.
Burn the rabble.
I think
Well,
I would.
Did you say that you're fine, Savia?
Damage.
Sorry, you're gonna have to say that again.
I don't. I think he was saying something about damage, but I'm not sure. Just do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. All right, boys. That might, and I apologize for that. As I scream to my god and decide to burn away the rabble as I cast Flame Strike in that spot, hitting literally everyone.
Don't hit me. That
He
is a dumb
does.
decision.
It's too late.
Don't hit me.
Cast
No,
it.
you're an idiot.
I love it. It's a great idea. All right, roll it.
Oh, I'm not supposed to hit you?
It's too late.
Dude, I have to concentrate on holding this monster. You hit
Wait, the
me, I failed the check.
paralyzed is concentration?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
Yes.
that.
It's whole monster.
Okay, then I would obviously not try to deconcentrate this person.
Darn.
So I'm gonna
I was
cast
like,
it
Aaron, no.
1x below. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you hit
we're level
basically
11.
everything.
By that time, I know paralyzes. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Flame Strike. It's gonna be Dexterity save. Let me click that bad boy. Yes.
Okay, they might actually survive this. So a 15. God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, mine were all whispers because I didn't realize I had a whisper, so my bad on that. So
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4 of them survive. And the funny thing is actually it's the actually it's only 9 because the one doesn't get hit. So the two right next to you, Finnegan, live. This one dies. This one dies. This one lives. This one dies. This one dies. And then 2 of these live. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out exactly which one. So there we go. So those are the ones that live. And the one that's not hit at all. So, the Teostra is immune to fire, so he takes no damage.
Well, it takes 12 radiant damage because
true,
it's
it does
12
take 12
fire
radiant.
and
You're
12
correct.
radiant.
I'll make the save for him then, which he fails automatically. He's paralyzed.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check.
I'll take it.
He does.
Yeah. So I want to be 100% on that. So he takes 12 radiant.
12 radiant. I took 15 from the radiant and protected fire, and I need to make my concentration check. Constitution check, sorry.
Yes.
17.
Okay. Yeah, because you have your Warcaster.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, all the ones you hit that survived are like wiggling around, barely holding on. Okay.
All right. Released a little bit of pressure.
And then, what's his face needs to make it too. Alric, you need to make the dexterity saving throw also. And then as your turn ends, Manar, Savia, it is your turn.
Almost.
Wait, I need to.
Just dexterity for you, Alaric.
Just the damage. Or whatever it is.
Okay, I'm gonna cast, not cast, but do the Sunbolt, and then do Flurry of Blows. And
Okay.
then all on the big kitty.
Mm-hmm. 11, 13.
Nice.
Yeah, they all hit. 11,
43, 54.
54. Okay, it is barely holding. Like it's like
Are you serious?
yeah. Okay.
Feels bad, man. Hope monster.
All right. Let's see if I can break it. Let's see if we get super freaking lucky because these things have a really low chance to hit you.
Yeah, I have a 20 AC.
I should get them out farther. So, trust me, it's low anyways. So yeah, the two that are there come. They both like leap out of the ball and they both claw at you, Finnegan.
Okay.
16.
More.
Yes!
Yes.
One hit. You take a grand total of
Alright.
3 slashing damage and give me a concentration saving throw.
20.
You son of a bitch. The same thing I'm gonna claw against. Actually, there's only pointing the fucking clawing against. I'll do it anyways. 6 versus you, and then these two, since they give up, can they make it? One's gonna claw you. Actually, that'll be a roll. I lied. It's got the 15, which still misses. And this one will roll towards you. 16 misses. Okay. It is now the Teostra's turn. Same thing. 3, 4.
Fail.
I mean, I'm just spamming where I wish.
Just fail.
Paralyze.
Seriously, if he fails again, this fight is.
It's over. Yeah. He
It
said,
fails.
I thought you said it was a 15 or is it a 17?
It's a 17.
You son of a bitch. Okay. So it
Oh, is it
fails.
because he has this advantage, he's failing it?
He is hex. He
He has
hexed it with
disadvantage.
disadvantage because of the hex. That's why he's failed it. Fucking hex.
Oh shit! I missed. Sorry, I missed 4 damage. Not that
Oh,
it matters, but I missed 4 damage.
Oh, no.
From my hex. Nasty the shit out of
Hold
this.
the fuck up.
Hexblade's curse.
Hex is concentration.
No, it's not.
I'm literally looking at the wiki right now. It's concentration to an hour. So,
Hexblade's curse. The target is cursed for a minute.
Hexblade curse.
Yes, Hexblade curse. The target is cursed for a minute.
This is on the warlock, right?
Yes.
We're looking something up right now before I get angry and revert some HP. Or at least give him his turn this turn. So, warlock. What subclass? Or-
Your way, Hexblade.
Alright, let me pull my Xanathars. Because it should be in there. Like something just didn't seem right here. Warlock. Sorry, everybody. This is important.
Yeah, because it made his dreams of the creature actually doing something.
The
to us.
Hexblade's
reality.
curse.
Also, it wouldn't get its turn even if it succeeded. Ended it.
Okay, I was thinking of normal hex. That's why I was confirming.
Yes.
The difference between Hexblade's curse and hex. That's the difference.
So
The person's or the target dies, you die, or you incapacitated. It doesn't even. You don't need to make a concentration check on that one, but it's just for the one thing.
I need to make a concentration check for the paralyzed.
Yes. Okay, so it stays because he's a jerk. He's stuck.
22 and crit.
Okay.
And I'm expending
How do
final
you
spell
want
slot.
to kill it?
I'm overkilling it.
Okay.
I like that part. Like, how do you want to kill it? You remember that perk in Fallout called Bloody Mess? Yeah, that.
Okay, so I look up to my left shoulder and I say, I told you this would be easy. And I stab straight through its neck and just its life essence just drains out of its eyes. The flames go out and they just suck into my body.
And as they do, we watch as every single cloud around you detonates. I need... Actually, is there a saving throw or no? Let's find out. I don't actually remember if there is or not. Yes. I need Finnegan, Ulrich, and Maynard to make me a dexterity saving throw. Because you're in the air, you don't need to make one.
21.
Okay, I need the other two. Maynard fails. And Ulrich's 17. Okay, so you succeed also. The only person fails is Maynard. So the other two, you'll take 1/4 of the damage. No, you won't. Only person takes 1/4 is Ulrich because he'll take half of what it is. It's not gonna be
Is
enough
it
to
fire
damage. It is fire damage.
I'd take 1/4 as well, wouldn't I?
I didn't think you drank the potion.
I did drink my potion. I said it last turn on my bonus action.
So then you take 1/4, yes. So it's like I said, it's not gonna be that much. So this one is for Maynard. You take 33 damage, take half of that.
51, 15, 16.
There are two within range of both Finnegan and what's his face, so you both take 1/4 of that. So that's 23. No, third 28. I can't math. 28. So 1/4 of that is 14. You both take 14 damage because you guys suck. Well, in standard happy things that happen, you get the capture kill success music. Sorry if it was loud. I apologize on that one. I turned it down as soon as I realized it. As the Teostra, yes, as you carve it, you just absorb the life out. Everything explodes around. You guys come out, the dust clears. Everything around you is glass, where all these explosions occurred. As the Teostra falls, it moves for like a split second, like lifts its paw up, and then just like it slams to the ground as life leaves its eyes. Nicely done. I wish I would have had the other encounter before it, but we didn't have time because that would have expended some HP and other spells, and it might have made a little bit of a difference.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
No, it's fine. That's how it goes. That's the point. It's like testing these types of things. The Teostra is not immune to paralysis, so he went down hard.
If it has legendary actions, I literally would have.
Yeah,
just
some do,
fucked.
some do not. In this case, a Teostra does not. It's immune to charm, frightened, and poisoned, but not paralysis. So, congratulations on your kill. Who's gonna carve him up? I just want to see how the rolls go. Would you give me three? Actually, would you give me? It's. I can't remember if it's in Monster Hunter. If it's 6
Can I
carves or
assist?
5 carves.
Just,
I would assume was assisting on this too. I probably end up picking up the horns that you busted off, but let's go ahead and do a couple.
Does anyone look really weak?
Huh?
Does anyone look really weak in the party?
Nah, you got yes. I mean, the only person who looked weak was Sevilla, who got mauled by it once before he fell to the ground.
Before she goes and
Savia.
I'm gonna give her a superior impression.
And then you all die as the Gen Moran comes up and just engulfs you all, and I win the game.
So
The problem with this crushing victory right now is that the
Ellie,
next
you get
time,
29 XP back.
The next time.
it's going to be so much harder.
No, he's just gonna make it immune to fucking
No, I'm not changing its stats whatsoever. Its stats stay as its stats. That's how it goes. Every creature has its weakness. In this case, it had the weakness of being paralyzed and falling to the ground. That's how it goes.
I was
So,
like, we have a barbarian who can't attack it. Paralysis.
so either way, you guys carve the body. You head back to town. You're celebrated as heroes. Yes. Okay, I'll be up in a minute. You're celebrated as heroes. Yeah, we'll go with this music. This might be loud too. Yeah, you're celebrated as heroes, and you are all given a in a sense, you're kind of promoted to the highest tier that you could be. The ones that are, the killers and slayers of the ancient and the powerful. It grants you different rights to different items and armors that you can then craft using like this type of material you would get. Plus, you get your 18,000 gold that you split between the 4 of you for killing this creature. So I think that for me, this was a good test on trying to experience a Monster Hunter type game. Because I've never actually been able to play with the monsters I've created. Obviously, there are weaknesses here and there, and that's going to happen. But I still enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Like I said, I had a whole setup for you guys in the canyon with a Cephadrome from one side, which is the creature that dug that hole, and a bunch of Gendrome that can paralyze. There's like 8 of them that were gonna box you in. To then require you guys to really use some of those spells so you couldn't do stuff like this versus him, which would have made it slightly more even, but no big deal. It's how it goes in a timed game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that my storytelling really worked out well for you. I hope those who on stream enjoyed it also. I know I got a few different follows, so thank you for that, guys. I appreciate it. What do you guys think of it?
I can't wait for
I
this
like the
game.
monster
I
hunting
know you
thing.
do
I think it's fun. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is fun.
totally.
This is a lot better than the other one.
That was really
I
fun.
expected
And
longer
unfair
battles.
moments. Yeah, I expected longer battles.
Sorry.
Savia was like,
I mean,
"Did
the
you heal anyone?" I'm like, nobody got hurt. They
the
just died.
The first battle was, I mean, that was actually a long battle. The first battle, I think, took like 45 minutes to an hour.
But then nobody again got hurt like dangerously.
Severely,
that
yes.
needed any healing. So it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna sword out and keep my spells. And
I'll
then
be
at the
less
end, it's
nice
like,
next time
yeah,
on
you
certain
died
things.
like this. It's
Yeah.
just like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess. I could have
Hey,
healed him
hey,
to
I
make the
got hit
challenge if you
for
wanted
3 damage.
I mean, to be fair, Ellie took, I think, 50 something damage.
Yeah, she
Um,
did. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna heal her. It's like, no, let's clear out the rabble and kill them all. Yeah, I guess so.
It was a good idea. Like I said,
It
I'll
was-
have more experimentation, figure things out, because I have to figure out how the
It's fine.
weapons work with the campaign too. So I might be less nice on the potions side of things. Obviously, you guys should have had fire resist potions. That makes sense. Maybe a potion or two for healing and stuff like that, and that probably would have been all we would have left it at. But I wanted to kind of throw like, let's just go with whatever is in this, play with whatever certain things. Like I may end up having to, like certain.
How much HP did it have?
It had 300 and. I raised it up higher because you guys didn't have that encounter. Otherwise, it would have been around 200 and something. I was still putting it on the higher end because you guys had the magical items. It was like 247, so I'd be like, okay, let's increase it just to affect that.
It's insane that I could think to do half of its health
Yes.
if I hit successfully twice.
So,
But then again, it's expending 5th level spells to do that.
yeah. So, I don't know when I'm going to do another one shot like this again, guys. The reason we did it today is we were supposed to be short players for my Petty Squabbles game. I am still working on loot tables and rules and specifying all this out. I know Gendrome are the alpha of the pack, but in some cases of like a Monster Hunter D&D game, you can't have. I don't want to have 30 Genprey and 1 Gendrome in a battle because it just really. It makes it a lot slower for the players and really draws out combat. So instead, I went with like 9 Gendrome, just because it works out in that sense of story. So certain things are going to get misconstrued here and there. Like I had 5 Baros, which you don't see in Monster Hunter either. Everything's usually a solo hunt, and solo hunts don't work well in 5e. You have to have extra monsters for these types of cases. So other than that, there'll be some changes, but I'll add more rules, I'll add more loot tables, and once my Petty Squabbles game finishes up, I will probably start a West Marches stylish Monster Hunter game. We'll have players be able to come in and out, different parties. That way, we can always have different hunts available and stuff like that. So I thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I hope you enjoy it. I will have my Shadow Guard game on the Chop Shop Network on Wednesday at 6:30. We have switched days, so if you want to check me out there, we'll do a different game. And then next week, we should be back with more Petty Squabbles and see kind of how that campaign goes on. So thank you all for watching. See you later.